Chapter 776. Rumble. An arm-thick bolt of lightning came crashing down towards Linley. Under the human corpse's worried gaze, the lightning finally arrived in front of Lin Ray in an instant. A terrifying force exploded at this moment. Ha! You're just an ant. How dare you compete with the sun and moon? Break! Raising his head and looking at the lightning, Lin Ray did not hesitate. His eyes were filled with determination and unyielding. He raised his arm. At this moment, Lin Ray did not use any of his cultivation. Using only his physical body, he punched towards the lightning with his palm. Bang! In the blink of an eye, the lightning collided with Lin Ray's fist. At this moment, a terrifying pain spread from his fist to his arm. In the end, a tearing pain spread throughout his body. The pain shocked Lin Ray. His face, which was originally full of vigor and vitality, turned pale in an instant. F***ck, why is it so painful? This damn lightning tribulation is 4 or 5 times stronger than the one I've experienced before. At this moment, Lin Ray was shocked. He could not help but feel regret in his heart. However, at this moment, regret rose in Lin Ray's heart along with surprise and excitement. Being able to feel all kinds of pain from this lightning tribulation proved that this lightning tribulation was of great help to his physical body. In this way, breaking through to the Saint realm, was it still a dream? Was it still far from his dream? The answer was, of course, no. At this moment, along with the pain, Lin Ray's heart was filled with excitement. Break for me. Staring at the bolt of lightning which was about to collide with him, Linley exerted a tremendous amount of force. In an instant, the bolt of lightning which was as thick as his arm was instantly shattered. Devouring heaven spell, devour. Looking at the lightning that was shattered by him, Lin Ray did not waste it. In Lin Ray's dictionary, wasting was a shameful thing that he had always understood. The moment the devouring heaven spell appeared, a vortex of black holes appeared around the dissipating lightning. A terrifying suction force appeared instantly. Void, the lightning came from the world. It contained the ways of the world and possessed tremendous energy. Now, under the effects of Lin Ray's art of devouring, the energy was completely absorbed into his body. Ding dong, energy is increasing, ding dong, physical body growing, ding dong, the elixirs are growing. At this moment, the sound of system notifications continuously rang out. At this moment, Lin Ray was not annoyed. In fact, he was very happy. Is this AF** king joke? Lin Ray's current actions caused the human corpse, Jiayang, and the others below. This scene was the most shocking thing they had ever seen in their lives. Even the divine Venerable Pai Xiu would not dare to say that he could withstand the lightning tribulation with his bare hands and devour the lightning with his bare hands. Seeing the lightning tribulation's energy being absorbed by Lin Ray bit by bit, Jia Yang's heart was filled with endless envy. At this moment, Jia Yang began to think to himself. If the person who was absorbing the lightning energy was him, how great would that be? If that was the case, Jia Yang believed that if he was able to absorb the lightning energy, he would not have to worry about not being able to break through the shackles of his physical body. Unfortunately, he did not possess the ability or strength to do so. He was unable to absorb the lightning energy. He knew very well that he was unable to do so. Just like this, the crowd raised their heads. With shock that lasted for a very long time, they watched as Lin Ray absorbed the lightning energy to increase his strength. At this moment, Lin Ray also felt that his physical body that had been unable to break through for a very long time was improving at a speed visible to the naked eye. However, he knew that following the improvement of his physical body, the pain that he had to endure would also be proportional to his physical body. The feeling of pain caused his heart to become numb. Previously, when his fist collided with the lightning, it was already painful enough. However, after absorbing the lightning energy, Lin Ray finally understood what was called true heart-wrenching pain. What was called true freedom. If Lin Ray had not experienced the tempering of the lightning in the lightning territory in the Death Canyon for 100 years, he would not have such determination and perseverance. Asterisk rumble. Roar, asterisk however, at this moment, when Lin Rei was absorbing the lightning energy and shattering the lightning with his fist, the lightning tribulation had already felt Lin Rei's provocation. Facing Lin Rei's provocation, as the lightning tribulation of the heavenly punishment, how could it tolerate a human challenging its supreme authority? It's over. The lightning tribulation was enraged. At this moment, the might of the lightning began to rapidly increase. Looking at the rolling thunder clouds in the sky, the Pai Xiu's complexion suddenly changed. There was a trace of worry on his face. He still had some influence on the heavenly punishment. After all, he had not experienced the heavenly punishment for a long time. He was almost used to the taste of the heavenly punishment. At this moment, feeling the rapid increase in the might of the lightning tribulation, everyone's eyes revealed a worried look. Especially the human corpse, because this should be what he should bear, but now, phew. Lin Rei felt an indescribable comfort in his heart as he felt the rapid improvement of his physical body in the air. He had not felt this way for hundreds of years. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, more than 10 minutes had passed. The second wave of lightning tribulation had been successfully brewed. At this moment, Lin Rei, who had absorbed the lightning energy, had finally absorbed the first wave of lightning tribulation. His body had increased to a level that made Lin Rei excited. Feeling the benefits from the first wave of lightning tribulation, Lin Rei could not help but reveal an insatiable look on his face. Tisk, I'm so happy. I'm about to break through the semi-sage physical body. Just a little more, a little more. If I can use the lightning tribulation to break through my physical body in cultivation, that would be great. At this moment, Lin Rei longed for more. Now, not only did he hope that his physical body could break through, but he also hoped that his cultivation could break through at this moment. Breaking through to the middle stage of Divine Core Realm. In this way, the journey in the ancient corpse trove would be much safer and smoother. Rumble, at this moment, within the tribulation clouds, terrifying bolts of lightning condensed together and began to intertwine. A few minutes later, a blue thunder dragon appeared. The thunder dragon glared at Linley, its eyes filled with killing intent. It lowered its head and looked at Linley, who was standing in the air. Looking at him, the thunder dragon roared angrily. Then, with its huge body, it charged out of the tribulation clouds. Its speed was so fast that Linley was shocked. F***ck, not good. Looking at the lightning dragon rushing out, Lin Rei immediately knew that things were not good. Although he had great confidence, Lin Rei knew that if he had only used his physical body to resist the lightning dragon, he would have been killed before he could devour it and strengthen himself. Looking at the lightning dragon that had disappeared, Lin Rei did not dare to be careless. The chaotic dragon spear appeared in Lin Rei's hand. At this moment, holding the chaotic dragon spear, Lin Rei felt a lot more at ease. Looking at the place where the lightning dragon had disappeared, Lin Rei's lips curled into a smile. Not wasting any time, he closed his eyes and expanded his 5 senses in an instant. He began to investigate the lightning dragon's current location. Behind him, a huge dragon tail appeared in an instant. As for the dragon head, Lin Rei also saw that the dragon head was not far from his feet. F***ck, that's really sinister. Sensing the lightning dragon's current actions, Lin Rei could not help but break out in cold sweat. If it wasn't for his powerful 5 senses that had reached the Saint Realm, he was afraid that today, even with the help of the system, he would not be able to escape death. However, since he had sensed the lightning dragon's existence, Lin Rei naturally did not have to wait for death. However, what shocked the human corpse was that at this moment, Lin Rei still did not use any of his cultivation base. He was still using his physical body. Seeing this scene, Jia Yang was stunned. He knew that he would not be able to do such a thing. At this moment, Lin Rei's position in the sky. Lin Rei held the chaotic dragon spear in his hand. 9 azure dragons instantly rushed out from the chaotic dragon spear and rushed towards the sky. Lin Rei took the spear and disappeared in an instant. Sky blood spear art, millions of corpses, break for me. All of a sudden, a voice that was filled with coldness was heard from the other side. Lin Rei, who had disappeared, suddenly appeared. The spear in his hand instantly pierced out tens of thousands of spear shadows. Each of the shadows carried the profound meaning of the sky blood spear art, millions of corpses. Just like this, the dense spear shadows under Lin Rei's control instantly rushed towards the lightning dragon's tail. Oh! At this moment, the lightning dragon, who had sensed Lin Rei's intention, seemed to have innate intelligence. At this moment, it actually wanted to dodge Lin Rei's attack. However, would Lin Rei, who had used his battle technique, give the lightning dragon a chance to escape? The answer was, of course, impossible. Humph, how dare you! Lin Rei, who had a slight understanding of the lightning dragon, instantly strengthened his physical body again. His speed rose to an unimaginable level. The lightning dragon disappeared, and Lin Rei's figure disappeared together with the lightning dragon. Bang! A loud sound was heard. Lin Rei finally caught up with the lightning dragon above the dark clouds. Tens of thousands of spear shadows instantly rushed towards the lightning dragon's huge body, aiming for its waist. Suddenly, a loud sound was heard. At this moment, Lin Rei had already used 50% of his physical strength. Perhaps even a mid-hierarch cultivator would not be able to dodge such a powerful attack, let alone a lightning dragon that was formed by the lightning tribulation. However, despite saying that, Lin Li had to admit that this thunder tribulation was extremely powerful. It was something he had never experienced before. Even the lightning in the Death Gorge and the lightning dominion couldn't compare to this thunder tribulation. Bang! Oh! At the moment when the tens of thousands of spear shadows collided with the lightning dragon's body, a loud sound was heard, followed by the lightning dragon's painful cry. Gotcha! The sound of something breaking entered Lin Rei's ears. Lin Rei was overjoyed when he heard the sound. He then raised his head and looked at the lightning dragon. In the middle of the lightning dragon's huge body, there were many densely packed spiderweb-like things that were broken in an instant. As the sound got louder, the cracks in the middle of the lightning dragon's body became bigger and bigger. Finally, the lightning dragon's body exploded and the lightning dragon that was formed from the lightning dragon disintegrated back into its original shape. It turned into specks of energy and dissipated into the air. Trying to run away. Looking at the lightning dragon's shattered energy, Lin Rei's face revealed a dangerous expression. He immediately used the devouring heavenly art again. At this moment, the number of black holes that were twice as many as before suddenly appeared. Each of them had an enormous and irreversible suction force. They gradually appeared around the lightning energy and began to absorb the lightning energy with their enormous suction force. Bzzz, all of a sudden, the pain that had returned to normal appeared once again. Moreover, this pain was many times stronger than before. It could be said that Lin Rei had never experienced such pain in his entire life. The pain of having his flesh scraped off, his tendons pulled out, and his skin peeled off was nothing compared to the pain Lin Li was currently enduring. It wasn't even worth mentioning. The moment he felt the pain, Lin Rei felt his body sink and almost fell from the sky. Lin Rei was really in pain. It was so painful that he almost couldn't bear it anymore. What's going on? The Pai Xiu, who was standing on the ground and looking up at Lin Rei's current appearance, saw Lin Rei. Suddenly, its face darkened and its heart jumped to its throat. It even wanted to rush up to the lightning to quench Lin Rei's body. However, just when the Pai Xiu wanted to rush out and help Lin Rei resist the pain, its rationality told it that it shouldn't go. Because, if it joined in, the power of the lightning tribulation would increase again. In this way, Lin Rei would suffer even more pain than now. Sigh. At the side, looking at Lin Rei and the Pai Xiu, Ba Bao looked helpless. It opened its mouth and said softly to the Pai Xiu, "You don't have to do this. This is Lin Rei's own choice. Think about it, he should have his own ideas and solutions. We can only wait and see." Yes. That's the only way. The Pai Xiu understood Ba Bao's meaning and nodded. It stared at Lin Rei in the sky and didn't say anything. Please don't let anything happen to you. At this time, the human corpse in the distance looked at Lin Rei in the sky and felt guilty. He didn't expect Lin Rei to be so strong. Even Lin Rei, who defeated him, was in so much pain. At this moment, the pain was increasing again and again. This kind of pain had already exceeded the limits of his body's endurance. Quick! Use the pills to maintain your body's metabolism. Otherwise, you will definitely die today. Just at this time, just when Lin Rei was in so much pain that he couldn't use his strength, a voice that made Lin Rei surprised and happy sounded. Okay. Without hesitation, he endured the pain and with great difficulty, he mobilized his divine sense that was scattered because of the lightning energy and took out the pills that he had prepared. At this moment, Lin Rei didn't care what kind of pills they were. He grabbed a handful and stuffed them into his mouth and began to refine them. These pills were all recovery pills that Lin Rei had prepared in advance. Now, it confirmed the system's previous warning. Chapter 777. The pills melted as soon as they entered his mouth. If it were an ordinary person, they would probably explode and die after taking a handful of venerable grade pills, even though these pills were used to recover the body. However, the combined power of venerable grade pills was extremely huge. If the person who consumed them didn't have a strong fleshly body, the consequences would be unimaginable. As such, only Lin Rei took a handful of pills to recover his injuries. Immediately, a sinister look appeared on his face. Although they were all recovery-type pills, Lin Rei still felt pain from the huge amount of pills. However, it was still fine overall because the pills in his body started to evaporate at this moment. A huge amount of recovery energy started to rush towards Lin Rei's limbs and bones. The powerful medicinal power started to heal 70% of Lin Rei's body. His meridians, fleshly body, bones, and all the cells in his body were healed. The lightning energy rushed in crazily. Lin Rei's pain was unbearable. The powerful lightning energy tore his body apart time and time again. After that, Lin Rei took the pills and healed his body time and time again. This kind of pain wasn't something an ordinary person could endure. At this moment, if it weren't for the fact that Lin Rei was strong enough to survive, he probably wouldn't have been able to endure it. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for breaking through to the Grand Perfection God realm. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for breaking through to the Grand Perfection God Emperor realm. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for breaking through to the Peak Late Saint Dao Fruit Saint realm. As Lin Rei suffered endless pain, Lin Rei's determination to persevere through each realm disappeared from his mind. Hearing the system notification and the good news, Lin Lei's ferocious face finally managed to squeeze out a rare smile. Hong. A muffled sound came from Lin Rei's body. The cracks on his body started to heal at a miraculous speed. Fortunately, I broke through. Otherwise, would have died here today. Sensing the enormous amount of energy flowing through his body and healing his body, a hint of a smile appeared on Lin Lei's face. In the system, seeing that Lin Rei was still able to find him in such a state, it immediately relaxed. It scolded jokingly, "Brat, this is what you have to endure to raise your cultivation level and increase your strength. Moreover, this is just the light test. There will be more tests for you in the future. I hope you can persevere." After saying that, the system went completely hidden and did not speak anymore. Lin Rei could not hear the words of the system at all. At this moment, Lin Rei was only thinking about raising his cultivation state and raising his physical body state. Moreover, he had a feeling that he could break through both the half-saint physical body and the ultimate god realm this time. This feeling became more and more intense as the pain in his body intensified. At the same time, hundreds of thousands of kilometers to the west, a young man dressed in luxurious clothing was standing in an empty area. His heart was filled with medicinal pills, and he raised his head to look in the direction of Lin Lei's group. a thoughtful expression on his face. Tisk, why do I feel that something is not right? It's as if something big is going to happen. I don't know if the people we sent have reached third brother. I hope he is safe and sound. Nothing bad will happen to him. At this moment, the young man looked into the distance and prayed. At this moment, the young man who spoke was none other than the second brother mentioned by the human corpse. He was the master of the second sky of ancient corpse burial, the earth corpse. At this moment, in the sky above where Lin Ray was, a tearing roar suddenly came from Lin Ray's mouth. At this moment, the cracks on the surface of Lin Ray's body had recovered. Moreover, it was more delicate and smooth than before the heavenly tribulation. His skin was as white as snow, just like the skin of an unmarried woman who had been raised in a boudoir. In addition, with Lin Ray's handsome appearance, if he were to wear women's clothing, he would be completely mistaken for a woman. At this moment, in the sky, 40 to 50 whirlpool black holes disappeared in the sky following Lin Ray's roar. Finally, the second lightning tribulation was completely devoured by Lin Ray. But following that, there was a third and even a fourth lightning tribulation. When a corpse underwent a heavenly tribulation, it would usually be 4 lightning tribulations. Because of the strength of the lightning tribulation, there would be much less lightning. But following the number of lightning tribulations, the lightning tribulations in the future would be several times stronger than the beginning, or even several times stronger. That power was enough to make one tremble in fear just thinking about it. Pung. With a pang sound, Linley appeared in midair. He then punched out, causing the sound of air being torn to shreds. Linley was certain that this punch was something that even late-stage god emperors would not be able to withstand. Raising his arms, Linley looked at his powerful and explosive arms, and a look of satisfaction appeared on his face. No matter what, this was a strength that could only be obtained after experiencing his birthday. Hong long long, hong long long. Kacha, hong long long. Just as Lin Ray was admiring his body that had already reached the peak of the deity realm, the thunderclouds above his head rolled again, and the third lightning tribulation began to condense and form. Damn, big brother, you can at least wait for me to rest for a while. Looking at the lightning tribulation that began to form, Lin Ray's expression changed, and he revealed a bitter smile. He knew that even if he said so, the lightning tribulation would continue to form, and Lin Ray was just comforting himself in his heart. On the ground, the Pai Xiu looked at the third thundercloud that began to form, and the worry on his face deepened. Even the face of the 8 treasures at the side began to turn ugly. This lightning tribulation, I'm afraid that it will be much stronger than the previous one. It seems that this time, shut up. The Pai Xiu roared. Hearing the words of the 8 treasures, the Pai Xiu's expression changed, and he sternly scolded the 8 treasures. Damned pig, this is the first time I've heard such words. However, I also hope that this will be the last time. I do not wish for such words to reach my ears again. I hope that you will not forget about it. Enough. The Pai Xiu was truly angered. From the Pai Xiu's point of view, Lin Ray was not only his savior, the two of them were also friends, relatives, comrades in arms, and so on. The Pai Xiu had long considered Lin Ray to be his other half, an indispensable character. The 8 treasures chose to remain silent. He knew that if he were to continue speaking like that, it would likely end up like what the Pai Xiu said in the past, and they would fight to the death, and kill him. Although he was a descendant of the 8 treasures Linglong clan, he did not have much confidence in his own immunity to magic. After all, in the Great Desolate Era, he had suffered countless deaths and injuries, and those that remained were all hidden and buried. Lin Ray, nothing must happen to you. Like the Pai Xiu, Jia Yang also began to worry, and his face was filled with nervousness. At this moment, both of his hands were tightly clasped together, grasping tightly. Time passed bit by bit. In the sky, Lin Ray had already adapted to the pain just now. And at this moment, his fleshy body and cultivation had recovered to its original state. Looking at the thunder clouds above his head, Linley saw that the thunder tribulation was about to strike. Suddenly, Linley sighed. He then released his Grand Perfection God Emperor fleshy body as well as his Grand Perfection Deity level fleshy body. Holding the Primal Chaos Dragon Spear, a peerless aura penetrated out from Lin Rei's body. Ao Wu, at this moment, the 9 azure dragons released by Lin Rei in the sky seemed to have felt the summons from Lin Rei's heart. They immediately rushed down from the sky, arriving beside Lin Rei in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, the 9 azure dragons surrounded Linley tightly, protecting him so tightly that not even a single gust of wind could pass through. At this moment, Lin Rei was ready to fight against the third thunder tribulation. With the Primal Chaos Dragon Spear in his hand, the 9 azure dragon support, the martial god's spatial energy, and his strong fleshy body, Lin Rei could be said to have circulated his cultivation to the extreme. Even the supreme grade deity weapon that he hadn't used for 1,000 years was used by Lin Rei at this moment. With the support of all these things, Lin Rei felt that it wouldn't be excessive to kill a middle-stage hierarch cultivator in an instant. But, for some reason, the thunder tribulation above his head made his heart palpitate. Awoo! The thunderclouds could sense Linley's powerful desire to do battle. Suddenly, the thunderclouds began to roil, and thunder boomed. The third bolt of tribulation lightning, which had been brewing for a long time, finally appeared. The thunder tribulation that was as thick as a tree that 10 people hugged, rushed out of the thunder clouds in an instant, aiming at Lin Rei and attacking him. F***CK. The moment the third thunder tribulation appeared, Lin Rei was shocked. This thunder tribulation made Lin Rei feel suffocated. Lin Rei didn't like this feeling very much. Seeing the thunder tribulation rushing towards him, Lin Rei didn't just sit there and wait for his death. He used all his support, using 120% of his strength to collide with the thunder tribulation above his head. Bang! Rumble! The loud sound instantly spread to the sky and the ground, as if it was going to shake the heavens, giving a sense of awe to all living beings. Boom! Suddenly, after the loud sound, a terrifying and huge wave of energy spread out in all directions with Lin Rei and the thunder tribulation as the center. At this moment, whether it was flying in the sky, walking on the ground, or in the water, everything within 10,000 miles was blown away by the energy wave created by Lin Rei and the thunder tribulation. Swoosh, bang. Bang bang, at this moment, Jia Yang, the human corpse, the Pishio, and the 8 treasures were all blown away by the energy wave. Only when they were 1,000 miles away did they manage to break free from the energy wave with great difficulty. This energy is so powerful. At this moment, Jia Yang, who fell heavily on the ground, and Lin Rei, who was in the sky 1,000 miles away, Jia Yang's face was filled with shock and fear. Jia Yang believed that it was only because they had powerful cultivations. If it wasn't for the fact that they had powerful cultivations, then they would have been crushed to death by the enormous and terrifying energy wave. Even now, Jia Yang felt as if his entire body was falling apart. His entire body was extremely sore. At this moment, Jia Yang's words and feelings were exactly what the human corpse, the Pishio, and the 8 treasures were feeling. Of course, as the initiator, Lin Rei, was feeling even more pain than them. At this moment, Lin Rei looked at the lightning dragon that collided with him and smiled bitterly in his heart. I'm still too weak. Otherwise, how could this bit of lightning possibly injure me to this extent? Roar! Hearing Lin Rei's words, the lightning dragon seemed to have gained intelligence. It responded to Lin Rei's words. Hearing that, Lin Rei lowered his head and frowned. Immediately after, he stimulated his body's potential once again. How could his strength increase? At this moment, the martial god's complete set of profoundness was being used by Lin Rei to the fullest. He did not hold back in the slightest. At this moment, Lin Rei and the lightning dragon were evenly matched. Neither of them was able to do anything to the other. Rumble, rumble, however, right at the moment when Lin Rei slightly relaxed, a change occurred. In the lightning clouds in the sky, the 4th lightning cloud began to brew. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei's expression changed enormously. Now, the lightning tribulation was already evenly matched with him. Furthermore, he had used all of his power. If another lightning tribulation were to descend, then, the consequences would not be something that Lin Rei would be able to endure. Furthermore, such a scene had never appeared in a lightning tribulation before. Before the third lightning tribulation ended, the fourth lightning tribulation had begun to brew. The situation was completely out of Lin Rei's control. At this moment, Lin Rei started to panic. Lin Rei was truly panicking. He had never encountered such a scene before. At the same time, he also knew how frightening the fourth lightning tribulation would be. Not good. The fourth lightning tribulation has begun to brew. Furthermore, it will descend in less than a few minutes. If that's the case, the third lightning tribulation will be strengthened by the fourth lightning tribulation. The consequences will be unimaginable. If it's a light punishment, the two people undergoing the lightning tribulation will be obliterated. If it's a heavy punishment, the area within a circumference of 10,000 miles will be completely turned into ashes. There will be nothing left. All sounds within 10,000 miles will be completely extinguished. At this moment, the Pishio that was 1,000 miles away looked at Lin Rei and the abnormal situation occurring in the lightning clouds above Lin Rei's head. His expression changed enormously. Then, at this moment, hearing the Pishio's words, Eighth Baby wanted to cry but had no tears. He was scared. He was originally a courageous person. Then, what do we do? Lin Rei, he. Beside him, Jia Yang was also anxious. If that was the case, wouldn't Lin Rei's life be over? At this moment, the Pishio was speechless. He did not know what to do next. He was also panicking. With his current cultivation, not to mention the third lightning tribulation, even the second lightning tribulation would be unbearable. Boy, do you dare to bet? At this moment, when Lin Rei was panicking and at a loss, the system's urgent voice sounded. Bet on what? Lin Rei was puzzled by the system's words. Immediately, he asked. Bet on your life. Looking at Lin Rei, the system's tone was very solemn. That was because there were only two outcomes for this bet. One was to live, and the other was also to die. Hearing the system's two words, Lin Rei was stunned. Immediately after, he smiled miserably. Bet on my life? Do you think I still have the qualifications to choose? The current me is already a piece of meat on the chopping board. I can neither bet on it nor not bet on it. Furthermore, when have I, Lin Rei, ever been afraid of death? Looking at Lin Rei, the system chuckled and said, very well. Since that's the case, then let's bet on it. If the bet is correct, not only will your physical body reach the level of a half-saint and your cultivation reach the early Great Tao ultimate realm, even I. Chapter 778. Even I can break through to the fourth level. When that happens, the system will produce many unexpected things. At that moment, the system was extremely excited as though it had broken through. The energy from the lightning tribulation can help you break through. Lin Rei was shocked. He didn't expect the system to break through here. Lin Rei thought that it would take a long time for the system to break through, or even wait until they reached the holy world and devoured the spiritual energy in the holy world to cultivate. But he didn't expect, but since the system could break through by absorbing the lightning, why wouldn't Lin Rei do it? That's right. But the price is a little high. You may even lose your life because of it. Of course, it's fine if you don't agree. Anyway, I've chosen to give it to you. Looking at Lin Rei, the system said firmly. Lin Rei was speechless. Lin Rei could only choose between breaking through to the next level and breaking through the system because the system could help him resist the energy that he couldn't handle. With no other choice, Lin Rei could only nod in agreement. Since I can break through the system's level, let's do it. I don't have any other choice anyway. Heh, I knew you would make this choice. I didn't misjudge you. The system said with a smile. Fortunately, the system was an invisible consciousness. If it were a physical body, Lin Ray could imagine the system's shameless smile. Tell me, what do you need me to do? Lin Ray knew that the pain that was coming wouldn't be any weaker than this. And at that moment, when he agreed to the system's request, Lin Ray was prepared to endure everything. Seeing the look on Linley's face, the system laughed, then said, with a wave of your hand, use the devouring heavens mantra to devour the third and fourth combined tribulation lightning. Ignore the pain in your body, just focus on devouring. As for the chaotic dragon spear, you can throw it directly into the thunder tribulation and let it experience the baptism of the thunder tribulation. After this, I believe that the chaotic dragon spear will be able to recover some of its strength. When it comes out, the chaotic dragon spear should be able to become a saint weapon of the great path. At this moment, Lin Ray's eyes lit up. A sacred weapon. That was an existence that only saints could use. If he had a sacred weapon, who in the god realm would dare to fight against him? Thinking of this, Lin Ray couldn't help but feel excited. However, at the same time, Lin Ray's heart was also filled with worry. After all, the second lightning tribulation had already made him wish he was dead. Now that the third and fourth lightning tribulation had merged, one could imagine how powerful it would be. Don't worry. Looking at Lin Ray, the system knew what Lin Ray was thinking. It comforted him, I'll help you this time. Of course, I have to consider your physical body and cultivation first. After you break through these, I'll break through the system and the Chaos Dragon Spear. Although it's accompanied by high risks, if you can get through it, the rewards will be high. Lin Ray was already used to the system's lies. Therefore, Lin Ray basically ignored the system's words. Of course, there were some things that he had to remember. Alright, I understand. In the end, Lin Ray nodded and stopped the conversation between the two. Rumble, rumble, Kacha. At this moment, the fourth lightning tribulation that had been brewing in the clouds suddenly swooped down. Its speed was so fast that even Lin Ray didn't notice it. In the blink of an eye, it had rushed to the third lightning tribulation and quickly merged with it. Bzzzt bzzzt bzzzt. The sound of the huge lightning was like 1,000 birds chirping at the same time. It made Lin Ray's eardrums vibrate and it was very uncomfortable. Crunch. A strange sound rang out. Linley's gaze searched for the source of the sound, only to see that his defense, the 9 azure dragons, was beginning to crack open and spread out in all directions in the shape of a spiderweb. F***CK. Feeling that his defense was slowly being destroyed by the lightning, Lin Ray's face turned ashen. He was also afraid of the power of the lightning. As time passed, it didn't take long for the 9 azure dragons to be destroyed. The lightning tribulation still carried an unstoppable momentum and rushed towards Lin Ray. Quick, use the devouring heavenly art. Suddenly, the system's voice was transmitted into Lin Ray's mind. In the next second, Linley's hands automatically activated the devouring heavenly art. But unlike in the past, the devouring heavenly art that Linley was using right now was being controlled by a surge of terrifying energy emanating from his body. This surge of energy was extremely powerful, so powerful that even Linley couldn't help but feel shocked. At this moment, Linley could even sense that this mysterious energy was far more powerful than the lightning in front of him. Boom! After the devouring heavenly art was activated, a huge black hole vortex that Lin Ray didn't even dare to imagine appeared directly in front of him. Moreover, a strange scene happened. The moment the black hole vortex of the devouring heavenly art appeared, it wrapped around the lightning and began to devour it bit by bit. Rumble, a loud rumble was heard. At that moment, the black hole vortex trembled violently as if it would collapse at any moment. However, as the black hole vortex trembled violently, the lightning became powerless to resist and even had the urge to break free and escape. This scene had completely stunned Lin Ray. He didn't expect the devouring heavenly art that he had always used to be so powerful and domineering. He didn't feel it at all before. Hiss! Suddenly, just as Linley was feeling both excited and envious, a terrifying pain suddenly spread throughout Linley's entire body. This pain was far, far greater than the pain of the second bolt of lightning. At that moment, the pain had already cleansed and tempered Lin Rei's body. Every single cell was breathing and devouring the lightning energy that the black hole vortex had devoured. However, while Lin Rei was feeling both pain and joy, his body twitched from the pain and no longer had the ability to stand proudly in the air. Without any doubt, Lin Rei, who had lost his ability, could only let his body fall and crash heavily on the ground. Boom! Dust flew everywhere. At this moment, Linley's body had smashed a human-shaped hole in the ground. It was so deep that one couldn't see the bottom of it. However, following Lin Rei's descent, the black hole vortex and lightning also followed. Boom! Kacha, the power of the lightning, the power of the devouring heavenly art and Lin Rei's powerful body made the earth rumble the moment the three came into contact with the ground. The ground within a radius of 100 meters instantly caved in. The scene was extremely terrifying. At that moment, Jia Yang, the human corpse, Pai Xiu, and the others who were standing 1,000 miles away all stared at this scene with their eyes wide open. Ding dong. Physical body is rapidly improving, ding dong. Physical body is about to collapse. Host, please repair it quickly, ding dong. Just like that, the system notifications that Lin Rei was getting more and more energetic rang out one after another. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, a few days had passed. The thunderclouds still hadn't dissipated. The third and fourth lightning tribulation that fell on Lin Rei's body was still being devoured by the devouring heavenly art. However, the size of the lightning tribulation had begun to weaken little by little. Lin Rei was very happy about this. Fortunately, no accidents happened during this period of time. Moreover, they could feel that their bodies were infinitely close to the half-saint realm after absorbing the lightning for the past few days. As long as they put in more effort, they believed that it wouldn't take long for them to break through. Although pain was constantly eroding Lin Rei's body during this period of time, it was indeed accompanied by a power that would benefit Lin Rei for the rest of his life. Lin Rei was very willing to accept this. Lightning densely covered Lin Rei's body as if Lin Rei was wearing clothes made of lightning. At that moment, Lin Rei was like a thunder god who had descended to the world. He was majestic, dignified, and inviolable. Kacha. Kacha, however, as Lin Rei devoured the lightning faster and more, finally, a cracking sound was heard. Rumble. An enormous surge of blood and chi instantly surged out from within Linley's body, accompanied by an enormous suppressive aura of power. In the blink of an eye, the huge blood and chi pressure and cultivation pressure instantly spread over thousands of miles. At this moment, Jia Yang and the others who were standing thousands of miles away suddenly felt this controlling pressure. Their bodies suddenly trembled, and a trace of a smile appeared on their faces. Oh, it seems that my previous worries are no longer important. I didn't expect that this kid would have such an opportunity. He's fine even after being turned into this by the lightning tribulation. At this moment, feeling this huge pressure and the power of blood and chi, the Pai Xiu accurately knew that this was Lin Rei's because no one else had such a powerful blood and chi. At the same time, not only the Pai Xiu, even Jia Yang was the same. His face revealed a rejoicing expression, and he muttered in his heart, "Great, Lin Rei is fine. Sigh, it seems that I won't be his opponent in the future." At this moment, Jia Yang knew that after experiencing such a terrifying thunder tribulation, it would be a lie to say that Linley's fleshly body had not made a breakthrough. In addition, just from the suppressive aura of Linley's cultivation base and the suppressive aura of chi and blood, Jia Yang could sense that he was no longer a match for Linley. At this moment, the two of them were completely separated from each other. But even so, Lin Rei's improvement brought Jia Yang endless motivation. Fortunately, he's fine. Fortunately, he's fine. At the side, the human corpse who was standing beside Jia Yang felt Lin Rei's aura. His heart that was previously in his mouth was at ease at this moment. At the same time, the sincere admiration on his face was undoubtedly exposed. He didn't expect that such a terrifying lightning tribulation could be resisted. If it was him who went through the tribulation, he would have already left this world after the first and second lightning tribulation. At this moment, he knew that Lin Ray was fine. Everyone's anxious heart towards Lin Ray was at ease. In the deep pit, Lin Ray didn't wake up. Instead, he was quietly lying on the ground. But if one looked carefully, they would be able to see that Lin Ray's face revealed a trace of a smile. In the system, Lin Ray sat on the ground. Feeling the power coming from his body, Lin Ray's face was filled with excitement. Ha ha ha. Great, I've finally broken through. If I didn't break through, I'm afraid that he wouldn't be able to hold on. At this moment, Lin Ray didn't restrain himself and laughed out loud. Alright, since you've settled your problem, it's my turn now. At this moment, hearing Lin Ray's laughter, the system directly came out and said to him. Then, it entered the system and the Chaos Dragon Spear's upgrade. TSK, go and check your own information. It's been a long time since I checked it. Lin Ray wasn't worried about the system. After all, after what happened just now, he knew how powerful the system was. As he thought about it, his body instantly disappeared from this space and was transferred to the space that specialized in checking one's personal information. At this moment, when he arrived at the information space, all his information appeared. Name, Lin Ray. Age, 3580. System level, 3 cultivation level, early divine master experience, 543984672 mythical dragon, 10000000000 mythical dragon, spiritual roots. Thunder, fire, wood, metal chaos spiritual roots innate talent, middle stage Tao fruit saint cultivation technique, primal chaos scripture 3rd level, incomplete, devouring heavenly technique, growable, primordial pill refinement, entry level cultivation technique, cloud formula, emperor level cultivation technique, same formation emperor. Level cultivation technique, tyrant body technique, emperor level cultivation technique, Thunder Tyrant Body, Emperor Level Secret Technique, Thunder Scripture, Divine Level Cultivation Technique, Martial Skills, Butterfly Steps, Entry Level, Stellar Finger, Proficient, Silent Thunder Spear Art, High Dark Level Martial Skill, now cultivated to the entry level, can produce 3 lightning bolts, Myriad Sword Art, Heaven Level, Level 3 Incineration, Emperor Level, Dragon Subduing Step, Emperor Level, Shura Spear Art, King Level, Shura Sword Formation, King Level, Shura Transformation, Emperor Level, Spiritual Treasures, Chaos Dragon Spear, Supreme Grade Divine Weapon, Martial Emperor Divine Spear, Divine Weapon Lower Grade, Growable, 10,000 Magic Sword, Ungraded, Myriad Beasts Treasure Furnace, Heavenly Temple, Upper Grade Celestial Weapon, Universe, Ungraded, Equipment, Flowing Light Divine Weapon Supreme Grade Set Mount, Early Divine Master Lucky Draw Wheel, 0 Character Lottery. System, 0 times reputation points, for 0000000 redemption points, for 900,000 spiritual stones, 0 supreme, grade alchemist, 6,000 candle dragons, 6,000 candle dragons, waiting to be upgraded supreme grade array master, 5,900 candle dragons, 6,000 candle dragons, supreme grade equipment refiner, 5,800 candle dragons, 6,000 candle dragons, Supreme Grade Talisman Master, 5,680 Candle Dragons, 6,000 Candle Dragons, Top Spiritual Medicine, Heavenly Materials and Earthly Treasures, 50 kilograms of Purple Gold Nephrite, 50 kilograms of Purple Gold Sand, 50 kilograms of Purple Gold Divine Iron. Mission, Main Mission, Enter the Holy World within 1,000 years. Side Mission, Refine the Sky-Reaching Tower. No time limit. Become the Sect Master of the Talisman Sect within 100 years. Elixir Pills, 11 Mind Control Pills, 6,234 Mind Control Pills, oh, not bad. Looking at his own information, Linley's face revealed a happy smile. Although his current cultivation was still a distance away from becoming a sage, Lin Ray believed that he would definitely be able to enter the Holy World within 1,000 years. After reading the information, he felt a little proud of his current achievements, but he did not feel complacent because of his current cultivation. Although he was in the system at this moment, Lin Rei could still feel that his Taoist foundation was a little unstable because his cultivation had increased too quickly. Suddenly, with a thought, Lin Li arrived at the center of the primordial chaos formation. Sitting down in the lotus position and closing his eyes, he began to stabilize his power. After all, the system hadn't made its breakthrough yet, and his body could continue to absorb lightning energy from the outside world. Chapter 779. Just like that, Lin Rei began to consolidate his cultivation base while the system began to upgrade his realm. As for the Chaos Dragon Spear, under the system's control, it was directly thrown into the Thunder Tribulation and released 9 azure dragons to let it devour the power of thunder and lightning on its own. With this, it could break through the current realm and restore to its previous realm. In the outside world, Pai Xiao and the others saw Lin Rei's current state and knew that they would have to wait for him to wake up. At this moment, everyone sat cross-legged and began to cultivate. And within this area of 1,000 kilometers, Humanoid had ordered the corpses to surround the area, not allowing anyone else to interfere with Lin Li or the Pai Xiao's group. In this regard, Jia Yang, Pai Xiao and the others gradually treated Human Corpse as one of their own after seeing his actions. Time seemed to have come to a halt at this moment. Everyone entered a state of cultivation, while Lin Li entered a state of consolidation as well. Whoosh, whoosh, however, the current situation did not stop for long. Human Corpse and the others began to cultivate. However, who knew that a few sounds of breaking through the air could be heard instantly? At this moment, Pai Xiao, Jia Yang and the others all opened their eyes. Their eyes were cold. At this time, no matter who it was, they must be careful. After all, Lin Rei was still cultivating at this moment. They did not dare to be careless. If Ruo Lin was awake, Pai Xiao and the others would definitely not care about the people who came. Human Corpse, who had entered the cultivation and consolidation state, also woke up at this moment. His eyes were filled with doubt as he looked into the distance. He saw more than a dozen figures appear in front of everyone in a short while. Looking at the arrival of these people, Human Corpse was stunned. He suddenly remembered that his second brother said that he would send people over. Looking at them, Human Corpse understood. Immediately, he turned his head with an awkward expression and explained to Pai Xiao and the others, "Everyone, don't panic. These are the ultimate god experts that my second brother sent to protect me. In the past, my eldest brother felt the power, so he asked my second brother to keep an eye on me and not let me mess around. My second brother also has a territory to guard, so he sent them. However, after so long, they didn't come. I thought they wouldn't come, so I forgot about this matter." Looking at the Human Corpse and the dozen ultimate god corpses behind it, everyone understood what was going on. Suddenly, a smile appeared on his face and the Pai Xiao said, "It's okay, you can go." Yes. Everyone agreed with Pai Xiao's words. Hearing Pai Xiao's agreement, the Human Corpse nodded and walked towards the dozen zombies behind him. "Leader, we are here to protect you under the orders of the second leader." At this moment, the dozen or so corpses looked at the Human Corpse and bowed respectfully to him. Alas! Seeing them act like this, the Human Corpse looked helpless and said, "All right, you can all get up." Yes. Before everyone recovered, they stood straight and looked at the Pai Xiao and the others vigilantly, not daring to take their eyes off of them for a moment. At this moment, the Human Corpse felt that they were looking at the Pai Xiao and the others vigilantly, so he quickly said, "All right, they are not in danger. Since you are here, then stay here and guard us. As for the rest, just wait for my orders. Do you understand?" "Understood, we will follow your orders." At this moment, after getting the Human Corpse's confirmation that the Pai Xiao and the others were not in danger, the dozen zombies walked towards the back and separated. Finally, they stood still and started their work of guarding. In response, the Human Corpse revealed a smile and didn't say anything else. He returned to his original spot and everyone went into seclusion again. At this moment, the dozen or so corpses were looking at Lord Zong of the First Heaven and how the Human Corpses were treating the gods. Their faces were filled with confusion, but before they came here, the Earth corpses had instructed them to obey the human corpses' orders, no matter what the human corpses asked of them. Therefore, at this moment, they did not voice their doubts. They anxiously stood still and quietly waited for the human corpses' next order. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, 10 years had passed. In the past 10 years, Linley continued to train within the system. As for the system, during the first year, it absorbed all the lightning tribulation into the system. The moment the fourth lightning tribulation was completely absorbed by the system, the thunderclouds in the sky instantly dispersed. The moment the thunderclouds dispersed, the human corpse, Pai Xiao, and the others woke up once. However, after that, everyone went back to cultivating in silence. In the past, there were more than a dozen ultimate god corpses guarding the side. Even passers-by took a detour when they saw this scene. They were afraid of this scene. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. The system has upgraded to level 4. The space has been enlarged by 10 times. Ding dong, the system has upgraded. The trial tower has been activated. The trial tower is divided into 10 levels. The 10 levels correspond to the space. The first 2 levels correspond to the ultimate god, the late ultimate god, and the Pill Flame Saint. Why is there no more? Didn't you say there were 10 levels? Just as Linley was engrossed in the story, the system notification suddenly stopped. Linley asked, "What's the matter?" Ding dong, I'm sorry, host. Your level is not high enough to know, so hurry up and improve your cultivation. Air. Lin Ray was speechless when he heard the system's words. He wanted to refute, but the system was right. In the end, Lin Ray could only sigh. Alright, you've been here for so long. Isn't it time for you to go out? If you don't go out now, it's almost time for the poison to take effect. At this moment, the system's voice suddenly rang out. Linley was stunned for a moment before he nodded in response. Yes, I know. I think so too. Lin Ray paused for a moment before he continued, "Oh right, my swoosh." Just as Lin Ray finished speaking, a sound broke through the air and descended from the sky. Bang! Gotcha! A long spear with 9 lifelike dragons carved on its shaft could be seen. A terrifying dragon's aura appeared and spread out in all directions. At the moment when the spear pierced into the ground, the place where the spear had pierced into began to crack. Holy shit, this is my primal chaos dragon spear? At this moment, Linley looked at his weapon. Other than shock, there was only shock. He had been using the chaos dragon spear this entire time, but now, Linley could sense the draconic might, murderous intent, and many other sensations emanating from the spear that made Linley's heart tremble. That's right, this is the Chaos Dragon Spear. The system wasn't bothered by Lin Ray's astonishment. Lin Ray's eyes were filled with surprise and astonishment. Then, without hesitation, he reached out and grabbed the Chaos Dragon Spear that was stabbed into the ground before him. Then, he exerted some force with his right arm and pulled it out. Roar, trembling in joy. At this moment, the Chaos Dragon Spear in Lin Ray's hand seemed to have sensed Lin Ray's aura. The moment it was grabbed, the spear trembled violently. Sensing the changes in the Chaos Dragon Spear, Lin Ray revealed a joyful smile. In this moment, Linley had the urge to not put it away. In this moment, aside from the fact that he was unwilling to part with it, there was nothing else in Linley's mind. How is it? Lower sacred weapon, lower innate treasure. What do you think? The system's indifferent voice sounded again. Ugh. Don't insult my brother. It's not that I don't think it's that great. I just didn't expect the Chaos Dragon Spear to evolve into such a powerful existence, Lin Ray said in astonishment. Upon hearing Lin Ray's words, the system chuckled. Then, it didn't say anything else and fell into silence. Martial God Stratagem, Killing Intent. All of a sudden, the martial god activated the stratagem. The space within 100 meters started to compress rapidly. At this moment, it was fortunate that there wasn't anyone within the 100 meters. If there was, perhaps, he would be crushed to death by the space. TSK, tisk. Lin Rei was dumbfounded at the sight of the Chaos Dragon Spear that was enhanced by the stratagem of the martial god and a lower sacred weapon. Not bad at all. He withdrew his cultivation and didn't store it away. How could Lin Rei let such a powerful existence be covered in dust? With a single thought, he brought the Chaos Dragon Spear out of the system and back into his body. As for the Saint artifact, the Chaos Dragon Spear also appeared by Lin Li's side the moment his consciousness returned to his body. Phew, Lin Rei let out a long breath and felt the energy coming from his body. He felt indescribably comfortable. Slowly, he opened his eyes and looked at the gloomy sky. Lin Rei was stunned for a moment before he came to his senses. TSK, I wonder how they are doing. At this moment, Lin Rei, who had regained consciousness, was worried about Jia Yang and the others. He was afraid that the lightning tribulation would affect them. As he thought about this, Lin Li stretched his body, then rose to his feet. Looking at his tattered clothes, Lin Li let out a bitter laugh, then removed the tattered clothes and soft armor he was wearing. Then, he took out a new set of sacred weapons and put them on. At this moment, Lin Rei felt much more comfortable. Stretching out his hand, the Chaos Dragon Spear on the ground rose into the sky and landed perfectly in Lin Rei's hand. After doing all this, Lin Rei soared into the sky and rushed out of the big hole he created. Whoo! Suddenly, a roar came from afar. Lin Rei, who had just rushed out of the deep hole, heard the roar and quickly turned his head to look for the source of the roar. He saw Jia Yang, the human corpse, Pai Xiu, Ba Bao and the others sitting on the ground, cultivating in silence. Around them, there were more than 10 human corpses. At first glance, Lin Rei could clearly feel the aura of the hierarch realm coming from them. Chapter 780. Seeing Jia Yang and the others sitting there peacefully and cultivating, Lin Rei knew that these ultimate gods did not have any ill intentions towards them. In addition to their identity as corpses, Lin Rei could not help but think of the human corpses. Looking at them, Lin Rei took a step forward and arrived in front of the ultimate gods in the blink of an eye. He said with a kind expression, "Don't be nervous. I am with Jia Yang and the others." The human corpses also know each other. In order to not cause any unnecessary misunderstandings, Lin Rei added the human corpses in the end. Oh, so that's how it is. At this moment, hearing Lin Rei's words and seeing that Lin Rei did not have a trace of killing intent, the corpse brothers thought that they were the most representative corpses and smiled. Looking at the ultimate gods in front of him, Lin Rei could not help but sigh. In the divine realm, there were not many ultimate gods. It was already very good for a sect to have 2 or 3 ultimate gods. Moreover, those were the efforts of the sect's old ancestors and the younger generation's geniuses. But now, looking at the ancient corpse trove, there were more than 10 ultimate gods that casually appeared. In addition to the 3 masters of the ancient corpse trove, Lin Rei could not help but sigh at the strength of the ancient corpse trove. Lin Rei could feel the strength coming from these people in front of him. However, at this moment, Lin Rei did not think that they would be his opponents. The space suddenly became quiet. For a moment, Lin Rei's face revealed an awkward expression as he did not know what to say. Looking at them sitting on the ground cultivating, in the end, Lin Rei could not endure such an atmosphere and immediately transmitted his voice to Pai Xiu and the others, "You all, it's time to wake up." That one sentence instantly exploded in everyone's mind without them noticing. A scream came out from Jia Yang's mouth. On the side, when the Pai Xiu heard Lin Rei's voice, it instantly withdrew from its cultivation. It opened its eyes and scanned its surroundings, looking for Lin Rei's figure. The moment he turned his head, he saw Lin Rei's strong, straight, and unscathed body appear in front of him. For a moment, a smile appeared on his face. He came to Lin Rei's side, looked at him, and scolded with a smile, "You bastard, do you know how dangerous the lightning tribulation is? Are you crazy? If you die, what will I do?" Looking at Pai Xiu, it was obvious that Lin Rei did not expect this scene. However, Lin Rei was not angry at Pai Xiu's teasing. Instead, he felt warm in his heart because he knew that Pai Xiu was caring about him in disguise. However, he was too embarrassed to express it. In response, Lin Rei smiled and replied with embarrassment, I didn't think that the corpse tribulation would be such a powerful lightning tribulation. However, it's no wonder. After all, it's not in the 5 elements. Transcending reincarnation? You brat. Seeing that Lin Rei was safe and sound, Pai Xiu did not say anything else. However, after seeing that Lin Rei was safe and sound, a smile that was rarely seen before was still on his face. Lin Rei, you. At that time, Pai Xiu retreated and Jia Yang also walked over. He looked at Lin Rei with a worried and excited expression. He wanted to say something, but after saying a few words, he was unable to say anything else. I'm fine. Don't worry. I haven't brought you back to the sect yet. How could I let you off so easily? Knowing what Jia Yang wanted to say, Lin Rei joked. PFFF. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Jia Yang was unable to hold back and burst out laughing. Lin Rei. Just when Lin Rei and Jia Yang were talking and laughing, a voice suddenly rang out. This voice. Lin Rei was very familiar with this voice. It was none other than the corpse of the first Heaven Sky Master. Seeing the human corpse walking over, Lin Rei had a trace of a smile on his face. Then, he said, "How is it? Right now, your choice is, I promise you that I will join your sect and become a member of your sect. I will be loyal to your sect for all eternity and will never betray you. If I violate this oath, I will be struck by 10,000 bolts of lightning and die in ashes." Rumble, suddenly, the instant the human corpse finished speaking, thunder rumbled in the sky. It was as if it was responding to the human corpse's oath. It was as if the oath was acknowledged by the great Tao. On the side, hearing the human corpse's words, the smile on Lin Rei's face became even wider. Originally, he thought that it was a double blessing, but now, it was indeed 3. His cultivation increased, the system and the primal chaos dragon spear increased, and now, the human corpse's wish was fulfilled. This caused Lin Rei to want to quickly continue. That way, he would be able to subdue the remaining 2 Sky Masters and obtain the Corpse King pill. Good. Seeing how resolute the human corpse was, Lin Li said "good" 3 times in a row. And then, with a thought, he selected a top-grade divine artifact spear from his storage ring, then handed it over to the human corpse. This. Looking at the spear in front of him, the human corpse was stunned. He could feel that this spear was extraordinary. This is for you. Although our first meeting was a little unpleasant, now that you have pledged your allegiance to me, I naturally have to give you a greeting gift. After saying that, Lin Rei stretched out his hand to the human corpse again. The human corpse was speechless. At this moment, the human corpse rolled his eyes. He wanted Lin Rei to experience for himself what it meant to be a little unpleasant to meet for the first time. Just the fact that he was repeatedly injured left the human corpse speechless. However, even so, the human corpse still stretched out his hand to take the spear that Lin Rei handed over. As the saying went, it would be a waste to not take it. He could feel that the spear was extraordinary. Such a good item, he did not find it on the disciples of the sect who entered the ancient corpse vault. Swoosh swoosh swoosh, after receiving the spear, the human corpse immediately waved the spear around. Beautiful and murderous spear flowers could be seen being waved around by the human corpse. Good spear. The human corpse stopped waving his arms and looked at the spear in his hand. He praised the spear with 2 words. It could be seen that the human corpse was very satisfied with the spear that Lin Rei gave him. At this moment, the dozen ultimate god corpses standing behind the human corpse looked at the spear in the human corpse's hand with envy and jealousy on their faces. Their eyes were filled with strong expectations. As an ultimate god expert, who would not wish to have a weapon that they could use as they wished? Unfortunately, they did not have the opportunity to obtain a weapon that was suitable for them since they grew up in the ancient corpse vault. Heh. Lin Rei naturally saw the expectations in the ultimate god's eyes. However, it had nothing to do with him. Of course. If they were willing to pledge their allegiance to him, Lin Rei could still consider it. He shifted his gaze away from the corpses of the ultimate gods and said with a firm expression, "All right, now that we're done here, it's time to move on to the next stop, the second heaven." Yes. Yes, it has been 10 years since we came to the ancient corpse vault. We must speed up. At this moment, Pai Xiao nodded in agreement after listening to Lin Rei's plan. What? 10 years? Lin Rei suddenly asked in surprise. He did not ask about the time when he came out. Moreover, he thought that he had only spent 2 or 3 years in the system. Nonsense. Seeing Lin Li so surprised, the Pai Xiao rolled its eyes and looked at Lin Li as if it was looking at an idiot. However, they did not know how important these 10 years were to Lin Rei. Thinking that he would be killed by the poison if he could not send the Corpse King pill back within 100 years, Lin Rei suddenly felt that he must speed up. Because he did not have much time left. Let's go. After making the decision, Lin Rei looked at the human corpse. Looking at him, Lin Rei asked, "Human corpse, will you lead the team from now on? We don't know how to get to the second heaven. Moreover, with you leading the team, it will save us a lot of trouble on the way." The human corpse was stunned when he heard Lin Rei's words. He thought for a while and finally nodded helplessly, "All right, but I won't do anything when we reach the second heaven. After all, that's my second brother. All right, don't worry about that. Moreover, I will try my best not to do anything wherever we go. Don't worry." Lin Rei could guarantee that. The human corpse was not afraid of Lin Rei's hands. He was afraid that his second brother would suffer Lin Rei's inhumane torture just like him. Lin Rei discussed with the human corpse. However, he did not avoid the ultimate gods who came from the second heaven to protect the human corpse. At that moment, the ultimate gods' faces turned gloomy when they heard that the human corpse and the humans were going to join forces to go to the second heaven. They did not expect that the younger brother of the second heaven's heaven master would lead the humans to attack the second heaven. However, even so, they did not make a move because they could feel the pressure from his strength. Especially when they saw the long spear on Lin Rei's back, their hearts trembled and palpitated. That feeling came from the weapon. They could not help but quieten down and did not dare to act rashly. "Let's go." Just like that, Lin Rei and the others finally set off again. However, this time, their journey was very smooth and there were no obstacles. Whoosh, a red figure fell from the sky in a sorry state. She looked at the sky with a frightened and ugly expression. Her eyes were filled with anger and unwillingness. "Ha ha ha. Jade-faced Rakshasa, hand over your Buddhist beads obediently. If you do so, we will consider letting you go. After all, it was not easy for you to cultivate to your current level." At that moment, a few figures appeared in the sky and floated in the air. They bent down and looked at the jade-faced Azura who fell to the ground with a cold smile. At that moment, if Lin Rei was here, he would recognize that the person who fell to the ground was none other than the jade-faced Azura who was separated from him in the ancient corpse vault, the ultimate god expert. However, she did not seem to be in a good situation at the moment. You are a group of shameless people. You are at least the ancestors of the 7 sects in the divine realm. I did not expect you to commit murder and robbery. Bah. Chapter 781. Don't say that. The old men didn't take her words to heart at all. It was as if they didn't care at all. You should know that no one in the divine world can resist the temptation of a sacred artifact. I'm afraid that even the strongest of the divine world can't resist this temptation. At this moment, one of them spoke up. The old man who spoke was the old ancestor of the alchemy sect, Enchanting. The alchemy sect had always dealt with matters peacefully. In the past, they would avoid such matters as much as possible. However, a sacred artifact, there was no one in the divine realm who did not want to obtain it. If a saint obtained a holy weapon, it meant that his sect would become the ruler of the god realm. All the other sects would choose to submit to him. Therefore, as the ancestor of the Danzong sect, who never stirred up trouble, he couldn't let the holy weapon be taken away by others. That's right. Danshinzi is right. We must have that thing in your hand. The other three old men walked up the mountain and looked at the jade-faced Rakshasa viciously. It was as if the item in the jade-faced Rakshasa's hand was already theirs. Bastards, you all. At that moment, seeing the desire on the faces of the four old men before her, as well as the various kinds of greed in their eyes, the jade-faced Rakshasa despaired. She knew that if a miracle did not happen today, her life would end today. Moreover, the jade-faced Rakshasa believed that even if she handed over the item, they wouldn't let her go. They were afraid that this matter would be leaked. Although the 7 sects had a high status in the god realm, there was always someone stronger than them. They couldn't be sure that there wasn't someone stronger than them in the god realm. Therefore, just in case, they had to silence her. Human corpse, how far are we? A group of people flew over from nearby. It's still early. If we fly like this, I'm afraid it'll take us some time to get there. However, if we fly at full speed, I believe we'll arrive in less than 10 days. At this moment, the one who spoke was none other than the human corpse, the Lord of the First Heaven. The person who spoke was none other than the Pai Shou of Lin Rei's group. Is it that far? Hearing the human corpse's words, Lin Rei's face revealed a trace of surprise. He didn't expect this ancient corpse trove to be so big. According to the human corpse, this ancient corpse trove was bigger than a province in the divine world. For such a huge place, how powerful would the array formation be? At this moment, Lin Rei's heart trembled. His facial muscles began to twitch, and his eyes widened, filled with shock. One had to know that even he, who was at the peak of the venerable realm, did not have such great confidence in being able to cover an area the size of a province without knowing the formation. Even if he was at the Saint realm, Lin Rei doubted that he could do it. This was very similar to the formation in Jade City. It was a very large formation. Lin Rei had only seen this kind of formation twice in his life. The first was Jade City, and the second was this place. Seeing Lin Rei's shock, human corpse seemed to know what he was thinking. He then slowly opened his mouth and said, "Yes, this place is very big. Rather than calling it an ancient corpse trove, it's better to call it a space created by someone. A very large space, a space created by formations." Huh? Hearing human corpse's words, Lin Rei was stunned. His eyes were filled with surprise. Could it be that you know this place is? Yes, how long have we lived here? We don't even remember. We've already figured out some things here, so. Moreover, we can't leave this place at all. The strange thing is that you can come in and leave at the same time, but we can't. Human corpse fell silent. Not only human corpse, but also the corpses behind human corpse fell silent. They were more willing than anyone else to try life in the divine realm. However, they seemed to be tied up here and couldn't leave at all. At this moment, Linley was deep in thought. He had already learned a lot about their situation on the way here, especially after seeing the seal at the entrance. He was even more clear about it now. However, Lin Rei wasn't worried at all about whether human corpse could leave or not. After all, he had a system. Moreover, Lin Rei believed that the system wasn't simple. Even the Great Tao couldn't detect the existence of the system. Therefore, as long as he put human corpse into the system, he should be able to break the restriction here and take him out of here. When he thought of this, the the corners of Linley's mouth curled up into a faint smile. However, when the human corpse noticed this, suspicions began to creep into his heart. Feeling human corpse's strange gaze, Lin Ray was stunned for a moment. Then, he quickly said what was on his mind. I can take you out of here. It was a clean and direct answer, without any hesitation. What? Human corpse was shocked, and so were the corpses. This was too heaven-defying. How could they not be shocked? However, after being shocked, their faces became sarcastic. How is that possible? How can you take us out of here? We can't leave at all. Disappointment, despair, and endless pain appeared in human corpses and the corpses' eyes at this moment. Lin Ray was stunned by their silence and negativity. Then, he scolded coldly, spineless things. Since you've followed me, do you think I'll leave you here? Just like I promised you before, since I've taken you in, I'll naturally take you out of here. Don't worry about that. I, Lin Ray, am a man of my words. If you don't believe me, you can ask Pai Xiu. Ask him how I treated him back then. Pointing at Pai Xiu, he was speechless. Hearing Lin Ray's reprimand, human corpse and the others were stunned. Then, they looked in the direction of Lin Ray's finger. At this moment, although Pai Xiu was very unhappy with Lin Ray's analogy, he finally nodded in agreement. That's right. Back then, when I was being suppressed, Linley promised to save me in a few hundred years. Back then, Linley's cultivation base was only at the body integration realm. Back then, I didn't believe that he would be able to transcend tribulation. But in the end, reality won out, and he did it. Speaking of this, Pai Xiu's eyes were filled with gratitude. If Lin Ray didn't go there at that time, it wouldn't be long before his soul was completely erased by the formation that suppressed him. Looking at Pai Xiu, human corpse hesitated, but he gradually believed it in his heart. Because he thought that Lin Ray could miss such a powerful thunder tribulation and become a divine master. Based on this alone, human corpse also believed it. After pondering for a few minutes, human corpse's eyes became firm. Then, he nodded and said, I believe that the person I chose is not wrong. The person you chose? At this moment, seeing that human corpse believed in him, Lin Ray exclaimed softly with a face full of doubt. Let's not talk about this for now. Let's hurry. Hearing Lin Ray's doubt, human corpse's face turned red and he quickly interrupted. Then, he abruptly raised his cultivation and increased his speed. Like a rocket, he instantly rushed far away. Ha ha ha. Suddenly, seeing human corpse's reaction, the others didn't hide it and burst into laughter. At this moment, Lin Ray and the others were not the only ones who laughed. Even the corpses were the same. They had never seen human corpse so cute. Just like this, the others didn't dare to neglect human corpse's speed. They increased their speed and chased after him. You're all shameless. Suddenly, after flying for an unknown period of time, a voice that Chen Dan and Jia Yang were familiar with entered their ears. However, unlike before, this voice was filled with despair and fear. This voice is Jade-faced Rakshasa. Seeing the uncertainty on Jia Yang's face, Lin Ray said. Yes, Jade-faced Rakshasa. Hearing Lin Ray's confirmation, Jia Yang's face showed a trace of a smile. However, his face immediately turned sour because Jade-faced Rakshasa's words just now had a deeper meaning. Looks like there's going to be some fun. At this moment, Lin Ray's face showed a trace of an amused smile. Although time was tight, Lin Ray still had to intervene when he met an acquaintance. Although he wasn't very fond of Jade-faced Rakshasa, there was an old saying. However, as the old saying goes, one more friend means one more path. Moreover, the Jade-faced Rakshasa was an ultimate god expert. Do you want to go and have a look? At this moment, human corpse who was leading the way in front saw the smile on Lin Ray's face and quickly came to his side to ask. Ha, of course. Of course. Glancing at the corpse, Linley replied. Whoosh. After receiving Lin Ray's order, everyone rushed towards the source of the sound at full speed. At this moment, jade-faced Rakshasa was lying on the ground with wounds all over his body. Blood Taoists appeared on his body. Pa. A loud and clear sound was heard. Dan Shinzi waved the whip in his hand and directly hit jade-faced Rakshasa's body. Suddenly, another blood Taoist appeared with blood flowing out. Speak. You've also felt the pain. If you don't speak, then the pain will continue. Your life is very long, and so are the few of us. This pain will accompany you until you hand over the item. Only then will we stop. However, the moment Dan Shinzi hit jade-faced Rakshasa with his whip, Lin Ray and the others had already arrived in the sky. The scene of jade-faced Rakshasa being beaten was seen by Lin Ray and the others. Bastard. At this moment, Jia Yang, who was standing beside Lin Ray, saw the jade-faced Rakshasa who used to travel with them being humiliated like this. His innate sense of justice instantly erupted. All of you, stop. Do you all want to die? Lin Ray didn't expect Jia Yang to act like this. At this moment, everyone was stunned by Jia Yang's roar. At this moment, the few old ancestors who were interrogating jade-faced Rakshasa heard this roar and immediately stopped their actions. They looked up at the sky and were stunned when they saw Lin Ray in the sky. Sigh. Looking at them and then at jade-faced Rakshasa, Lin Ray sighed and took a step forward. In an instant, he appeared beside the old ancestors. Looking at these old men, then turning his head to look at the battered jade-faced Rakshasa, Linley sighed and said, Gentlemen, how about giving me some face? For my sake, let her go. Ha ha ha. When the patriarchs heard Linley's words, they were first stunned. Then, they burst into laughter. Face? Who do you think you are? Dao ancestor? Tendo? Or great Dao? Why should we give you face? You're just an early hierarch little thing. How dare you speak such nonsense in front of us? At this moment, one of the four old ancestors spoke. Are you all courting death? At this moment, Lin Ray wasn't angry. Instead, it was the human corpse that was furious. Although he had just followed Lin Ray, he would never allow the people he followed to be humiliated like this. Boom! A muffled sound was instantly heard. An enormous oppressive aura instantly enveloped the four old ancestors. Corpse. At this moment, when they felt this enormous oppressive might, the four old men who had smiles on their faces immediately revealed ugly expressions. They all knew about corpses. There was a rumor in the ancient corpse trove that stated that it was better to provoke humans than the corpse race. This was because the entire ancient corpse trove was ruled by the corpse race. Old fart. My young master asked you to let this girl go. Didn't you hear him? The human corpse didn't care about the four old ancestors. Although he was only a mid-hierarch and had just broken through, he didn't think he was weaker than the four old ancestors. You. At this moment, Dan Yangzi was stunned when he heard the human corpse's words. He retorted with an ugly expression, What right do you have? Although this is the ancient corpse vault, you should know that we're the ones who caught her. Asterisk whoosh, asterisk bang. A muffled sound was heard. Dan Shinzi, who was speaking earlier, was sent flying far away. His ruddy face turned ashen as he spat out blood. Hiss. This. Dan Shinzi's current appearance had completely shocked the other three old ancestors. At this moment, Lin Ray liked the human corpse more and more when he saw how decisive the human corpse was. Alright, I'll leave this place to you. It's up to you whether you want to kill them or leave them alive. Lin Ray didn't care about the four old men at all. He ordered the human corpse and slowly walked towards the jade-faced Rakshasa without saying anything else. At this moment, the jade-faced Rakshasa who was lying on the ground was shocked. She was stunned on the spot and her eyes were filled with shock. Lin Rei, who came to her side, looked at her and suddenly smiled. He then woke her up. Are you all right? Are you all right? Can you walk? Ugh. This kid. At this moment, the Pai Xiao who followed behind Lin Rei showed a helpless expression when he heard Lin Rei's words. However, on second thought, Lin Rei was right. There were several beauties at home. How could Lin Rei be interested in someone like her? Moreover, they weren't familiar with each other. Pai Xiao felt relieved when he thought about it. Chapter 782. I'm fine. At this moment, the jade-faced Rakshasa came back to her senses and looked at Lin Rei with gratitude in her eyes. She didn't know what else to say at this moment. The jade-faced Rakshasa was very grateful that this person, whom she had met by chance and couldn't be considered a friend, could save her at her most dangerous moment. It's good that you're fine. Looking at the wounds on her body, Lin Rei took out a healing pill from his storage ring and gave it to her. He said, "Eat it. After eating it, find a quiet place and wait for 30 years to come. After that, leave this place. For the rest of the time, you can raise your cultivation level and consolidate it. Or, you can practice your battle techniques and magic arts to improve your battle techniques to the profound meaning. Then, you won't be so embarrassed when you encounter such problems in the future." Yes. Thank you. The jade-faced Rakshasa nodded and frowned. At this moment, she didn't have the right or the capital to be pretentious because she couldn't afford to be pretentious. She reached out and took the pill from Lin Rei. Then, without any hesitation, she spat it into her mouth. The pill melted as soon as it entered her mouth, leaving a fragrance in her mouth and teeth. The moment a terrifying medicinal effect entered her stomach, it instantly exploded and rushed to her limbs and bones. At this moment, all the injuries on the jade-faced Rakshasa's body began to recover at a speed visible to the naked eye under Lin Rei's pill. One had to know that Lin Rei's pills were all made with the illusory spirit blood fire. In addition, Lin Rei himself was a perfected supreme alchemist, so it wasn't strange for him to have such a medicinal effect. However, in the entire immortal realm, there was no other alchemist who could have such a huge medicinal effect except for Lin Rei. After all, Lin Rei, who had the illusory spirit blood fire, was much stronger than a perfected supreme alchemist who didn't have a strange fire. At this moment, when she felt that Lin Rei's pill was so effective and that her injuries were recovering quickly, the jade-faced Rakshasa became excited. According to the current speed of recovery, it wouldn't take long for the injuries on her hands, the previous injuries on her body, and the hidden injuries that weren't cured in the end to be completely healed. Feeling this, the jade-faced Rakshasa felt even more grateful to Lin Rei. As for the jade-faced Rakshasa's thoughts, Lin Rei didn't know and he didn't want to know. The jade-faced Rakshasa, the jade-faced Rakshasa, the jade-faced Rakshasas, and Rakshasas Rakshasas. S Rakshasas Rakshasa, S TSSSSSS asterisk 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 S asterisk S asterisk B asterisk its S's asterisk SSSA's S to S's SSSS TS's B S Rakshasa S the Rakshasa S des to the zest T speak T's T. Looking at them, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment before he came back to his senses. He went to the human corpse and asked, "So, what do you plan to do with these people?" Well. The human corpse was thinking about how to teach the four old men a lesson when he heard Lin Rei's words. He was stunned for a moment before he turned around to look at Chen Dan with hesitation. To be honest, he didn't know how to deal with these old fellows. In the past, these old fellows would take their things and let them cripple their cultivation. Then, he threw him into the horde of corpses and watched the corpses grow bigger and bigger. Godly exalts without cultivation used to enjoy fighting corpses, but now that he was with Linley, he felt that it was a bit inappropriate. Just as Lin Rei and the human corpses' power of silence, one of the corpses turned around and whispered to his companion, "You, take advantage of the chaos and leave." Let's meet the second heaven. Tell the Earth corpse what happened here and let him make a decision. Especially tell him that the human corpse has defected to the human and is now leading the human to the second heaven. Let him give the order. Remember, what I told you just now, and what you saw before, you must tell me everything. Don't add any details. Do you understand? Upon hearing that, the other corpse nodded solemnly and replied, Don't worry, big brother. How can such a small thing trouble me? Moreover, I'm not the kind of person to stir up trouble and exaggerate things. Don't worry, I'll definitely do what you asked of me. That's good. The other corpse nodded with a smile after hearing the other's assurance. However, what they didn't know was that while they were whispering, Linley had heard everything, including the matter of telling the Earth corpses about his arrival and causing the human corpses to betray them. Regarding this, Linley only revealed a faint smile and didn't make any moves to stop them because he felt that there was no need. After all, if he went, the Earth corpses would see him sooner or later. Letting them go and report now would save them the trouble of introducing themselves when the time came. Perhaps the Earth corpse would take the initiative to pledge allegiance to him after hearing his introduction. Of course, Lin Ray knew that this idea might be a little whimsical, but it was not a crime and would not kill anyone. They did not have a chance, and Lin Ray even gave them a chance. Looking at the human corpse's dilemma, Lin Ray said, All right, don't think about it. Just do as you wish. Don't worry about me, they have nothing to do with me. There was an old saying that in the cultivation world, the strong were respected, the weak were prey to the strong, and the fittest survived. These were the rules of the Great Tao. We can't go against it, and it's not fun to go against it. As long as your fist is hard, you're right. Moreover, they've entered your territory, so you can do whatever you want. I don't care. With that, Lin Ray retreated to the side and waited quietly. He came here to relax and rest. It was good that this matter was over, so he could rush to the second layer of heaven in one go. All right, since you've said so, I'll do as you say. Seeing Lin Ray's words, the human corpse was no longer restrained. He rolled up his sleeves and looked like he was ready to do something. It was very funny. Looking at the human corpse, Lin Ray smiled and did not say anything. He found a quiet place, sat down cross-legged, and closed his eyes to rest. At this moment, as Lin Ray closed his eyes to rest and recover the energy in his body, Jia Yang, Pai Xiao, and the chubby, cute, and timid Ba Bao Bao all followed Lin Ray and entered the recovery state. Now, hurry up and leave. At this moment, a voice suddenly appeared. When the human corpse that received the order heard it, his body trembled. He no longer hesitated and immediately hid his aura, used his cultivation, and disappeared from the spot. This series of actions, other than Lin Ray, no one else noticed it. Because Lin Ray and the others entered the recovery state, the human corpse's gaze locked onto the four old men. As for the others, they all entered the recovery state, so, Sensing that they were already far away, Lin Ray's mouth revealed a trace of a strange smile. No one noticed it. You, what are you doing? Said Dan Shenzi in a trembling voice. Because he had been sent flying by the human corpse, his body felt as if it were about to fall apart. His entire body was in pain, and he was old. If it weren't for the fact that he was strong, the human corpse's punch just now would have killed him. The four of them had clearly heard the conversation between Lin Ray and the human corpse. Therefore, at this moment, they were afraid, panicked, and regretful. They regretted that when Lin Ray had said that he would give him face, they had frowned and said yes. If only they had said yes at that time. Unfortunately, there was no medicine for regret in this world. You will reap what you sow, those who kill will be killed by others. Those who humiliate will be humiliated by others. As the saying goes, Tendo is ready for reincarnation. In the end, everything will happen to you. Tisk, well, you'll find out soon enough. Don't worry, one by one. I guarantee that you'll never forget it. Hearing Dan Shenzi's words, the human corpse smiled cruelly. He stretched out his hand, and a cold aura appeared. Asterisk whoosh, asterisk in the next moment, Dan Shinzi, who had been sent flying, became the first target again. The evil energy released by the human corpse rushed to his side and wrapped around him. Then, it lifted him into the air and walked to the side. When the remaining three saw this scene, they were stunned. Although they were afraid, they couldn't help but want to turn around to check it out. Unfortunately, the moment the human corpse left, the remaining 10 supreme gods worked together to deal with a barrier that could only be seen from the outside, but they couldn't see the outside. The three of them were stunned and immediately gave up. Their bodies went limp, and they sat on the ground. Their bodies and minds were filled with a sense of powerlessness. They regretted hearing the rumors about the Corpse King pill and coming out of seclusion. They regretted everything they had done before. Suddenly, a scream was heard. It reached the ears of the three old men. They were very familiar with the scream. Wasn't it Dan Shinzi, who had just separated from them? The scream continued. Dan Shinzi's voice was filled with regret, unwillingness, and pain. The scream completely destroyed the last line of defense in the hearts of the remaining three old men. They wanted to struggle, escape, and resist, but the ones guarding outside were not emperor gods, but more than a dozen ultimate god realm experts. Moreover, judging from their knowledge, those experts were at least mid or late ultimate gods. With such a large group, it would be a problem to break through the barrier surrounding them, let alone escape. At that moment, outside the barrier, the human corpse's hand was dripping with blood. If one took a closer look, one could even see the blood flowing down the human corpse's arm. In front of the human corpse, there was no longer an empty space. A group of corpses had appeared out of nowhere. There were more than 20 of them, and each corpse had a piece of flesh in its hand. Hurry up and eat. This is the flesh of a late ultimate god expert. His flesh is very precious. It's like a supreme treasure. After eating these three, you should be able to develop spiritual intelligence. Then, I'll have a few more capable subordinates in the ancient corpse vault. Looking at the corpses in front of him, the human corpse showed a hint of anticipation. At that moment, Dan Shinzi, who was brought out by the human corpse, was lying on the ground with despair in his eyes. There was a huge hole in his chest, and his internal organs were exposed. It was a very bloody scene. Dan Shinzi's body was trembling violently from the pain. His face was filled with despair. Dan Shinzi's screams had stopped because of the pain. It wasn't that he didn't want to, it was because he no longer had the strength. He was in so much pain that he had no strength left. His enormous vitality was quickly draining away from him under the human corpse's torture. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, half an hour had passed. Finally, Dan Shinzi's entire body was decomposed into the human corpse's stomach. The human corpse did not let the previous night's events end. Following that, it grabbed another person and used the same method to feed the human corpse. In the end, the human corpse completely devoured the human corpse. However, before killing them, the human corpse had already crippled their cultivation. If he didn't do this, he was afraid that these human cultivators wouldn't be able to withstand the pain and would self-destruct, dying together with the human corpse. One by one, in just 2 to 3 hours, 4 highly respected experts of the god realm, who were almost at the peak of existence, were devoured by the human corpse for their own disciples and grand disciples. If this matter were to spread to the god realm, it would probably cause a storm of blood. One had to know that the reason why the 7 sects were able to stand tall was because behind the sects, there was a group of old geezers supporting them. Therefore, if news of this spread, the god realm would probably be plunged into a great war. Finally, after watching the 20 corpses eat the 4 old men, the human corpse waved his hand and dismissed them. After doing all this, he slowly walked over to Linley's side. He stretched out his hand and handed the 4 old men's bags of holding to him. He said, "They've been dealt with. Here are their bags of holding." At this moment, Lin Rei, who had been meditating with his eyes closed the entire time, heard the human corpse's voice and immediately stopped cultivating. He opened his eyes. Looking at the 4 storage pouches and 4 simple and unadorned rings in front of him, Lin Rei smiled. He nodded and said, "All right, it's time for us to set out." As soon as these words came out, it was unknown whether or not everyone was awake, but as soon as Lin Li said the word, "set off," everyone who had their eyes closed and had been in the midst of training suddenly woke up. They all stood up and began to wait. This scene stunned Lin Rei, but he didn't say anything. He just smiled and let it go. Chapter 783. Let's go. After saying that, Lin Rei got up and ignored the jade-faced Rakshasa. Instead, he led Jia Yang and the others and prepared to leave. They were heading towards the second layer of heaven again. However, right when Lin Rei turned around, the jade-faced Rakshasa who was still recovering from her injuries woke up. She got up and walked to Lin Rei's side. She thanked him, "Fellow Taoist Lin Rei, thank you for saving my life and giving me the medicine." "You don't have to thank me. You don't have to thank me. I've said it before. The reason why I found you is purely a coincidence. That's all. Besides, we're going to leave now. If you don't want to encounter the same thing again, I advise you to leave Urji as soon as possible. Just like what I said before, find a place with no one around and cultivate quietly. Consolidate your cultivation and increase your realm. After 30 years, leave this place directly." Lin Rei felt very helpless after hearing the gratitude from the jade-faced Rakshasa. Just like what Lin Rei said earlier, it was really just a coincidence that he found her. Furthermore, if it wasn't for Jia Yang insisting on coming, Lin Rei likely wouldn't have come either. He wouldn't have saved her either. Thus, in this entire matter, there was really no need to thank him. However, although Lin Rei thought that way, the jade-faced Rakshasa refused to admit it. But jade-faced Rakshasa refused to back down. Although Lin Li had explained everything clearly, jade-faced Rakshasa still felt extremely grateful towards Lin Li. After all, he had intervened to save her, and had even given her the pill. "Emin, I understand," the jade-faced Rakshasa nodded. Immediately after, she extended her right hand and aimed her palm at Lin Rei. She chanted an incantation and formed a seal with her left hand. A dazzling golden radiance instantly appeared and illuminated the 9 heavens. Strangely, the instant the golden radiance appeared, the uncomfortable feeling that was originally pervading the air within a circumference of 1,000 miles, other than humans and corpses, instantly disappeared the instant the golden radiance appeared. As for the dense air within a circumference of 1,000 miles, it also completely disappeared at this moment. It was as if it had never appeared in the first place. It was very puzzling. Emin? Sensing the change in their frowns and the golden light in the jade-faced Rakshasa's hand, everyone frowned. Confusion appeared on their faces. They did not understand what the golden light was. It actually possessed such a mysterious power. No one noticed that the moment the golden light appeared, the human corpse instinctively took a step back. Fear appeared on his face, and his eyes were filled with vigilance as he looked at the golden light in the jade-faced Rakshasa's hand. His heart palpitated as if that thing was fatal to him. This is... At this moment, Lin Rei came back to his senses and asked curiously as he looked at the golden object. The moment Lin Rei spoke, everyone, including the human corpse and the others, looked at the jade-faced Rakshasa. Their eyes were filled with doubt and curiosity. They also wanted to know what this thing was and why it was so powerful. Sensing everyone's puzzled gazes, the jade-faced Rakshasa revealed a hint of a mysterious smile. Turning his head to look at Lin Li, he asked, "Fellow Taoist Lin Li, do you still remember why I came here in the first place?" Lin Rei was puzzled by the jade-faced Rakshasa's question, but he still replied, "I remember that you said you found a natural treasure hidden here, so I came to look for it." Hiss. Could it be? Lin Rei looked at the golden light in the jade-faced Rakshasa's hand and said in disbelief, "Could it be that? That's right. This is the natural treasure." The jade-faced Rakshasa chuckled when he heard that Lin Ray still remembered what he said back then. He continued, "Tisk, I didn't expect that after so many years, you would still remember what I said back then." Lin Ray blushed with shame at the words of the jade-faced Rakshasa. The reason why he remembered the words of the jade-faced Rakshasa was that Lin Ray had never given up on finding this natural treasure, so, of course, he couldn't say these words out loud, but Lin Ray's expression was indeed very rich. Looking at the jade-faced Rakshasa, Lin Ray smiled awkwardly but elegantly. There, Lin Ray replied. The Pai Shou looked at Lin Ray with disdain. Others might not know, but he knew Lin Ray's character very well. Back then, because he knew that his blood essence was useful, he shamelessly asked for a drop every once in a while. It was also because of this that the Pai Shou's realm was only close to the godly venerable realm after so many years. If Lin Ray didn't ask for blood essence, he would probably be at the same level as Xie Feng now. Thinking of this, the Pai Shou felt ashamed and angry. Blood essence was very important to humans, deities, demons, devils, and so on. Ordinary people wouldn't give up their blood essence. At this moment, Lin Ray, who looked calm, felt the same gaze from the side and immediately turned to look at the Pai Shou. After a while, the two of them looked at each other and suddenly there was a burst of lightning, crackling and rattling. Lin Ray just happened to understand the meaning of the Pai Shou's gaze. Suddenly, an awkward expression appeared on his face. The scene was quiet for a while, so quiet that everyone was a little uncomfortable. This is that treasure, and you saw it just now. The reason why I was mentioned by them was because of this thing, so. At this moment, the jade-faced Rakshasa felt the atmosphere was oppressive and quickly opened his mouth to break the deadlock. So, I want to give this thing to you as a gift to repay you for saving my life. As he spoke, the jade-faced Rakshasa reluctantly stretched out his hand and dragged the congenital magic treasure to Lin Ray. You. At this moment, happiness came so suddenly that Lin Ray didn't react and was stunned on the spot. His face was full of disbelief and disbelief. He really couldn't believe that a person could give away a congenital magic treasure directly. Alas! Looking at Lin Ray's expression, the jade-faced Rakshasa naturally knew what was going on, so he quickly said, "You see, I don't have this ability. Even if I do, it will bring me a fatal disaster in the end. Even so, it's better to give this disaster to you. In this way, I believe that no one will dare to have any ideas about you." At this moment, Lin Ray finally understood why the jade-faced Rakshasa gave this thing to him. It turned out that he didn't have the ability to protect it, so he wanted to get rid of it quickly. Thinking of this, Lin Li felt a lot more at ease. However, even though his heart was at ease, he still had a look of embarrassment on his face as he said, "How can I do that?" However, at this moment, everyone looked at Lin Ray speechlessly. Even the Pai Shou directly turned his face away, not wanting to look at Lin Ray. He wanted to let people know that Lin Ray was on his side. At this moment, although Lin Ray said that he was embarrassed, he stretched out his hand and took the congenital magic treasure from the jade-faced Rakshasa's hand. At this moment, everyone was speechless. At this moment, Lin Ray didn't care about their gazes at all. At this moment, Lin Ray's mind was on the congenital magic treasure. At this moment, after Lin Ray took the congenital magic treasure in his hand, the golden light on it naturally dissipated. At this moment, a string of simple and unadorned beads was exposed on the surface. The beads were smooth and delicate. Each bead was white, as if they were made of bones. When touched, a cool feeling spread from the beads to the palm, then from the palm to the arm and the rest of the body. Hiss, this thing. Sensing this difference, a hint of a smile appeared on Lin Li's face. From the moment he had touched it until now, Lin Li was basically certain that this thing was extraordinary. Oh, a middle-grade congenital spiritual treasure? At this moment, just when he thought that this string of beads was extraordinary, the system suddenly spoke with a hint of surprise. However, the system's words puzzled Lin Ray. He knew about congenital cardinal treasures, but he had never heard of congenital spiritual treasures. Without anyone noticing at all, Linley sent a strand of his divine will into the system. Raising his head to stare at the sky, he asked the system, "Hey, what did you just say about protocosmic spirit treasures? Protocosmic spirit treasures and protocosmic spirit treasures, which one is stronger?" In the outside world, all eyes were still fixed on the beads with expressions of admiration. Therefore, in the eyes of the crowd, Lin Ray was immersed in the power of the magic treasure. In the system, after hearing Lin Ray's question, a sigh suddenly appeared. It said helplessly, "Little guy, can you find time to go to the library and fill in the blanks? You still have to ask me about such basic knowledge. If others know about this, don't you think I'll lose face?" Hearing the system's words, Lin Ray scratched his head in embarrassment and said with a silly smile, "Oh, that. I'll find time to take a look. You should tell me the difference between the two first." Hearing this, the system was also helpless. In the end, it listened to Lin Ray and said, "Since the primitive age, magic treasures have been divided into congenital cardinal treasures, congenital spiritual treasures, acquired cardinal treasures, and acquired spiritual treasures. However, the difference between them is like the difference between you and a divine emperor and I'm a saint. The difference between them is completely different. Just like when Pangu created the world, he left behind the sky-splitting axe, the Pangu sail, and the jade plate of fate. These three treasures were already Taoist instruments. However, because they became Pangu's half-living spiritual treasures in the end, their realms were reduced." At this point, after reading Lin Ray's half-understood expression, the system sighed softly and felt even more powerless. "Alas, you won't understand even if I tell you all this. You only need to know that there are still treasures above congenital cardinal treasures. However, they are beyond the level of your knowledge. Therefore, you only need to know that congenital cardinal treasures are very powerful, so powerful that you can't believe it. As for primordial cardinal treasures and primordial spiritual treasures, they were born from the primordial age. Therefore, if one is destroyed, there will be one less. Treasure this thing in your hand. It's very impressive. It's a mid-stage primordial spiritual treasure and a dharma treasure that carries merit." Hiss. Really? At this moment, Lin Ray understood. When he was on the aqua blue planet, Lin Ray had read a novel. It was a great advantage to have a magic treasure of merit. If it was in the primitive age, having a magic treasure of merit would be a token to kill without mercy. Even if you killed someone, you wouldn't have any negative karma on you. As the saying went, Tendo is good for reincarnation. Karma comes with karma. If there was a magic treasure of merit, even if you killed someone, no karma would fall on the person who had the magic treasure of merit. As the saying went, there was a cause first, and then there was an effect. If there was no cause, what effect would there be? Therefore, when he heard that the bead in his hands was a magic treasure of merit, Lin Ray couldn't help but become excited. Of course, the system knew what Lin Ray was thinking. It didn't say anything, but it still reminded him, "Remember, when you go to the holy world, you must give me 10,000 years to read the books in the Sutras depository for me. This task is the task I gave you. Do you understand?" Understood. Hearing the system's tough tone, Lin Ray was stunned, but then he nodded and agreed. Seeing Lin Ray agree, the system said, "Since you know, then go out. Remember, take this magic treasure with you at all times. Don't let it leave your body. Of course, at least until all the negative karma on your body is resolved." However, the moment he heard the system's words, Lin Ray felt that he had already left the system space and returned to his body. Alas. After returning to his body, Lin Ray sighed. He hadn't even heard of some of the things that the system had told him. However, the system couldn't explain them all. This was one of Lin Ray's biggest regrets. As such, when he thought about how he would have 10,000 years to understand the Sutras depository after entering the holy world, Lin Rei couldn't help but want to hurry up and cultivate so that he could enter the holy world. Thinking of this, Lin Rei suppressed his excitement and came back to his senses. He thanked the jade-faced Rakshasa with a smile. "Thank you, I'll accept this." With that, Lin Rei put the bead on his wrist and prepared to leave. Can I go with you? Suddenly, the jade-faced Rakshasa's voice sounded. In response, Lin Rei chuckled. It seemed that this was the purpose of the jade-faced Rakshasa. Of course, even though he already knew her purpose, Lin Rei still agreed. After all, she had given him such a good thing. Turning around, Lin Rei looked at the jade-faced Rakshasa and chuckled. Then, he nodded and agreed, "All right, since that's the case, follow me." Asterisk whoosh, asterisk in an instant, everyone soared into the sky. This time, they used their fastest speed to head to the second layer of heaven. Just like that, Lin Rei and the others set off again. At this moment, in front of the corpse of heaven and earth, a middle-aged man knelt on the ground and hurriedly replied to the earth corpse, "Second master, third master seems to have betrayed us." What? The earth corpse, who originally had a smile on his face, changed the moment he heard this. He looked coldly at the subordinate on the ground and said, "You have to think carefully about what you just said. How could my third brother betray us? Do you know the consequences of your words?" The earth corpse couldn't understand the betrayal of the human corpse, let alone think in that direction. Chapter 784. The person kneeling on the ground was one of the dozen or so ultimate gods who had separated from Linley's team. After traveling day and night, he finally arrived at his own camp, the second heaven, at noon. After returning, he hurriedly went to the second heaven lord's place and reported what he saw. But now, he had said that the earth corpses were like that. That said, it was normal. After all, the masters of the first, second, third skyrocket were all brothers. Furthermore, they had spent countless years together. Thus, the trust between them was extremely strong. However, when he thought of Lin Rei's strength and the strength of his camp, he could not help but speak again. "Master, Kuan Su will never lie to you. Third Master has already joined a human called Lin Rei. Moreover, Third Master has broken through to mid-stage Ultimate God not long ago." What? Third brother? Third brother has broken through? At this moment, Earth Corpse was shocked. His eyes were filled with disbelief because he knew how powerful the lightning tribulation was when he broke through to the mid-ultimate god realm. If he hadn't found a powerful magic weapon to protect himself, he would have died in the first lightning tribulation. How could Earth Corpse not be shocked when he heard that his master had broken through to the ultimate god realm? Yes. When we arrived, Third Master had already broken through. However, it was not Third Master's lightning tribulation but that human called Lin Rei. Kuan Su's words were shocking. Hiss, at this moment, the Earth Corpse looked at Kuan Su's serious and solemn face in disbelief. He believed it. He believed that his third brother had broken through to the ultimate god realm and also believed in Lin Rei's existence. However, Earth Corpse still did not believe in betrayal. After all, they had been together for millions of years. He did not believe that his third brother would do such a foolish thing and not tell him and his big brother. "Master, alright, that's enough." Kuan Su looked at the Earth Corpse's expression and wanted to say something, but was stopped by the Earth Corpse. Looking at Kuan Su, the Earth Corpse threatened, "Let's end this matter here. I believe third brother won't betray me and big brother. Moreover, although third brother likes to cause trouble, he knows the severity of the matter. So, don't speak of this matter in the future. Moreover, didn't you say that third brother is rushing here? When he arrives, I will personally ask him why." As he spoke, the Earth Corpse pinched his forehead and waved at Kuan Su with a worried expression. "You've been out for decades. It's been hard on you. You can leave now." Hearing this, he knew what his master meant. He sighed and bowed. "Since that is the case, Master, this subordinate will take his leave first." "Okay, go. Remember, today's matter is only between the two of us, understood? Hearing this, Kuan-Su naturally understood the meaning and nodded repeatedly. Understood. Master, don't worry. Today's matter is only between the two of us. No one else will know. All right, go ahead. At this moment, Kuan-Su didn't say anything and calmly left the Earth Corpse's room. Sigh. At this moment, the moment Kuan-Su left the room and closed the door, the Earth Corpse turned around and looked at the door with a deep gaze. He sighed slightly and revealed a worried expression. Third brother, what are you thinking? Don't you hate humans the most? Why did you bring a human here? He didn't understand. He believed most of what Kuan-Su said before. The Earth Corpse believed the part about Lin Rei. As for the rest, the Earth Corpse didn't believe it. At this moment, not far away from the second heaven, the third corpse that the Earth Corpse spoke of was rushing towards the second heaven with a worried look on his face. Following behind the Earth Corpse was Lin Rei and the others. At this moment, it had been 8 to 9 days since they rescued the jade-faced Rakshasa. During this period, Lin Rei and the others didn't have any gaps in their journey. Along the way, no one dared to listen. This was also thanks to their strong cultivation. Otherwise, they wouldn't have lasted until now. Alright, when we reach the second heaven, don't make a move first. After all, that's my second brother's territory. I don't want to ruin the millions of years of friendship between us. At this moment, the Earth Corpse who was leading the way suddenly stopped and looked at Lin Rei with a pleading expression. Don't worry about this. Lin Rei agreed with the Earth Corpse's words. Moreover, he didn't plan to make a move. After all, the Earth Corpse was now his subordinate. In addition, he could help them leave this place. Just based on these 2 points, Lin Rei was confident that he could pull the master of the second heaven, the Earth Corpse, into his camp and become his subordinate. Therefore, Lin Rei agreed to the Earth Corpse's request without hesitation. Thank you. Seeing Lin Rei agree, the Earth Corpse smiled and nodded. The worry in his heart was relieved at this moment. Who are you? Suddenly, a few shouts were heard. The sound was so loud that it hurt Lin Rei's eardrums. At this moment, everyone looked in the direction of the sound. Looking over, they saw 4 or 5 Earth Corpses holding weapons in their hands. They were terrified and anxious. They were looking at Shindan like door gods, ready to fight at any moment. At this moment, the human corpse's face darkened when he heard the shout. Without waiting for Lin Li to speak, he took a step forward and shouted at them, "Are you all blind? Don't you recognize me? You're the third master." At this moment, the 4 or 5 Earth Corpses saw the Earth Corpse that stepped out. Their expressions changed and a trace of pain appeared on their faces. They quickly apologized, sorry, we. At this moment, the 4 or 5 Earth Corpses seemed to be especially afraid of the Earth Corpse. The moment they saw that the person who shouted was the Earth Corpse, their bodies began to tremble unnaturally. Naturally, Lin Li saw this strange phenomenon. At this moment, Lin Li was not only curious about the human corpses, but he was also curious about the reason why they were so afraid. Since you know it's me, why aren't you making way? Let us pass. Looking at them, the Earth Corpse rolled his eyes at them and made way. In the end, he retreated behind Lin Rei. Hiss. This. When that scene landed in the eyes of the 4 or 5 corpses, it could simply be said to be horrifying. At this moment, they thought that their eyes were bad and they were seeing things. They immediately rubbed their eyes, but the result told them that they were not seeing things. This scene was real. Lin Rei did not say anything about the Earth Corpse's actions. He smiled and stepped forward, flying towards the second layer of heaven. Along the way, Lin Rei and the rest encountered many Earth Corpses. However, when the Earth Corpses saw the Earth Corpse following behind Lin Rei, they all distanced themselves. It could even be said that they fled. Although Lin Rei was puzzled, he did not ask. This was because he was at the second layer of heaven. After flying for a short distance, a earth corpse that Lin Rei was familiar with walked up to them. He bowed to the earth corpse and said, "Third Master, Second Director said that you can go in directly to find him." This earth corpse was not the same earth corpse. The one who spoke was Kuan Su. The earth corpse did not even look at Kuan Su. He nodded and led Lin Rei towards a magnificent palace. The Xianhong Palace was where the earth corpses lived. At the same time, it was also the earth corpse training hall. Everyone was forbidden to enter this place. Of course, the earth corpse was an exception. When they arrived in front of the palace, Lin Rei stopped and looked up at the huge palace. He could not help but exclaim, "Tsk tisk, it's so magnificent. It's comparable to the main palace of my Xuanzong sect." However, although it's magnificent, it lacks Taoist connotation. Although it's huge, it's not a first-rate Dharma artifact. Huh, you're right. This palace of mine is only built from the body of a mountain. Suddenly, a voice was heard. Hearing this sudden voice, Linley was startled. A look of embarrassment appeared on his face as he laughed. There was originally no one at the entrance. However, not long after the voice was heard, a young man in a gorgeous brocade robe appeared at the entrance of the main palace. He had his hands behind his back. This person is not simple. At this moment, looking at the young man, Lin Rei's first thought was that this person was not simple. Just by looking at his aura, he could tell that he was a leader. Appearing in the main hall with such an attitude, and with such an extraordinary aura, Linley didn't need to think too much to know that this was the master of the second layer of heaven, the earth corpse. Thinking about it, Chen Dan cupped his hands and said, "I'm Lin Rei. I didn't know the etiquette when I came out of your precious land. I hope the master of the second heaven will forgive me." The master of the second heaven? Isn't that the earth corpse? At this moment, Jia Yang, who was following beside Lin Rei, was shocked when he heard Lin Rei's words. His eyes widened as he looked at the young man standing at the entrance of the main palace in shock. Second brother. Without waiting for Jia Yang, the human corpse's voice was heard from behind. The human corpse walked out of the group and towards the earth corpse. Sigh. Lil San, you really don't make people feel at ease. You said you were going to make a breakthrough, but you didn't say anything. Don't you know how strong the intermediate ultimate God's tribulation is? Immediately, the earth corpse looked at the human corpse who walked out with a helpless and reproachful face. Big Brother said to tell you when you're going to make a breakthrough to the intermediate ultimate God realm. Look at you, if Big Brother knew about this, you, Looking at his second brother, the human corpse nodded his head in embarrassment. Okay. Second brother is right. It's my fault. It's my fault. But you don't know, at that time, it was too dangerous. The sign of a breakthrough came too quickly. I'm worried that if I missed that chance, I don't know how long it would take for me to encounter such a good opportunity again, so. The human corpse shrugged his shoulders and stopped talking. He lowered his head as if he was admitting his fault. At this moment, seeing the human corpse like this, Lin Rei and the others who were familiar with the human corpse were stunned. Their faces showed a strange expression. Damn, is this still the arrogant and despotic human corpse from before? This thought appeared in everyone's mind. Okay, I'll let you off this time. I've told Big Brother about this. The earth corpse looked at his third brother and said dotingly. Then, his gaze fell on Lin Rei again. Looking at Lin Rei and the others, the earth corpse gestured for them to enter and said, "You're our guests. Cultivation base, please come in." Okay. Then I'll accept your invitation. Lin Rei did not refuse the earth corpse's invitation. He nodded to the group behind him and strode into the main hall. The main hall was very simple. There was basically nothing in it. Other than tables and chairs, there was only a futon left. Walking into the main hall, Lin Rei instinctively pulled out a futon upon seeing such a loot. Not only Lin Rei, but even Pai Xiu and the others were the same. Pai Xiu knew how magnificent the Xuanzong Sect's palace was. Although it could not be compared to the untainted era, it was still one of the best. Compared to this place, it was like the difference between heaven and earth. They were simply not on the same level. Of course, he couldn't say such words out loud. At this moment, Linley looked at such a concise place, and hurriedly praised the earth corpse. As expected, the master of the second layer of heaven really views money as dirt. You have a vision that transcends the secular world. At this moment, after hearing Lin Rei's words, the earth corpse staggered and almost fell down. Then, he said with a red face, "You're overpraising me. It's not that I've transcended the secular world. It's just that there's nothing else in this ancient corpse trove. These things were taken from those outsiders." Lin Rei was speechless. He did not say anything and went to a seat and sat down. As for the human corpse, he did not stop and pulled the earth corpse into a room. In this regard, Lin Rei did not stop him because he knew why the human corpse was doing this. In the room, the earth corpse calmly looked at his third brother and said, "Speak, what's going on? Don't you hate humans the most?" "Why would you?" The earth corpse did not finish his words. Instead, he turned his head and looked at Lin Rei outside. Knowing his second brother's meaning, the human corpse smiled and explained, "Second brother, although I hate others, this Lin Rei, I really admire him. Moreover, he didn't kill me before. He risked his life to help me withstand the fatal lightning tribulation. Moreover." At this point, the human corpse suddenly became serious. The earth corpse was stunned and couldn't help but become serious as well. "Moreover, Lin Rei was able to bring us out of this sealed space. He can let us, a race that can only live in darkness, return to the God realm. Return to the God realm where we were worried about, where we were heartbroken, and where we were able to laugh and talk. Tell me, if you were in my shoes, what would you choose? He is your savior, and he can let you out of this place and return to the God realm. Tell me, if you were me, what would you choose?" At this moment, the human corpse's words pierced the heart. Every word was sonorous and powerful. Every word carried a huge temptation to the corpse race. Chapter 785. At this moment, the earth corpse wanted to refute. However, the moment the word left his mouth, he felt as if a hand was strangling his throat, preventing him from speaking. The human corpse's words were very tempting. He also believed that even if the sky corpse, their big brother and the owner of the ancient corpse vault, was here, he would not hesitate to agree to Linley's conditions if he heard that he could escape from this cage that was like a trapped beast. At this moment, the earth corpse was silent. He didn't know what to say, but he was also a little worried. Although Lin Rei said that he could bring physical strength and the others away, he hadn't really done it yet. At most, it was just a verbal promise. Seeing the worry in his second brother's eyes, the human corpse wasn't stupid. He knew what his second brother was worried about, so he didn't force him. "Second brother, I've already said this. Really, I believe in Lin Rei. He was able to help me pass through the lightning tribulation by himself. Moreover, he was able to break through during the lightning tribulation. I believe that with your strength, I've already agreed to join Lin Rei's sect, so... I'm sorry, second brother. In the future, I can't listen to your teachings anymore." Seeing the earth corpse hesitating, the human corpse was slightly disappointed. He didn't say anything else and looked at the people outside. As for the conversation between the human corpse and the earth corpse, he believed that everyone present could hear it. He also believed that the earth corpse knew that he could hear it. Seeing the human corpse walk out of the room with a disappointed expression, Lin Rei smiled and said to him, "Don't be so disappointed. Everyone has their own ambitions. Since he doesn't want to believe me, I won't force him. After all, I won't lose anything." Jiya. As Lin Rei spoke, the Earth corpse walked out of the room. He happened to hear Lin Rei's words and was stunned. However, he quickly regained his senses. Seeing Lin Rei's reaction, the human corpse sighed and didn't say anything else. He then sat down beside Lin Rei and didn't say anything else. However, because of what happened just now, the human corpse was a little depressed. The human corpse was just a little depressed. Lin Rei naturally saw the Earth corpse's appearance. Looking at him, Lin Rei stood up, smiled, and cupped his hands. He said to the Earth corpse, "Earth corpse, let's cut to the chase. You and I are both sensible people. This time, I'm not here to make you my enemy." "Oh. That is." Hearing Lin Rei's words, the Earth corpse, who was slightly worried before, calmed down. This was because when Lin Rei arrived, he felt an oppressive aura from Lin Rei's body. This oppressive aura made him very uncomfortable. He had even felt this feeling from his big brother before. However, because they were brothers, the Sky Corpse gave him an oppressive feeling, but it was not a big deal. However, the pressure on Lin Rei's body was different. This kind of pressure made him dizzy, and even made him feel as if all the blood in his body was pouring into his heart, making him feel very uncomfortable. Thus, when Lin Rei arrived, the Earth corpse knew that the human corpse was right. Lin Rei was a very frightening opponent. Flame. I want to use heavenly treasures to exchange for your flame, is that possible? Clean and direct. At this moment, Linley didn't have any intention of hiding anything. He directly stated the reason why he had come here. What? Flame, you. At this moment, hearing Lin Rei's straightforward words, the Earth corpse didn't expect him to come for his flame. Thinking of this, the Earth corpse shifted his gaze to the human corpse sitting on the chair to the side. There weren't many people who knew about his flame in the ancient corpse trove. No, it should be said that there was no one who knew about the flame in the ancient corpse trove. Outside of his two brothers, no one else knew about it. Even his own capable subordinates didn't know. At this moment, the Earth corpse couldn't help but suspect that it was his brother, the human corpse, who told Lin Rei about the flame. At this moment, the human corpse, who was sitting on the chair and feeling a bit disappointed because of the earlier matter, felt the Earth corpse's suspicious gaze and an indescribable feeling rushed into his heart. He didn't know why, but he couldn't control himself and directly stood up and angrily shouted at the Earth corpse. "Why are you looking at me like that? It wasn't me who said it. When Lin Rei came here, he already knew about the flame. Don't look at me like that, I don't like it." Seeing the human corpse's reaction, the Earth corpse felt a trace of guilt in his heart. He didn't know why, but he actually suspected his own brother. At this moment, seeing their words, Lin Rei sneered and immediately walked in front of the human corpse. He gently patted his shoulder and said, "Enough, this matter has nothing to do with the human corpse. As for the flame, do you really think there is a wall in this world that doesn't have a crack?" What do you mean?" The Earth corpse's face was filled with suspicion. Lin Rei's words were very clear, this matter wasn't only known by the three brothers. Hearing the Earth corpse's voice, Linley turned around and looked at him. His eyes were filled with mockery. "A trace of it means that you three brothers are not the only ones who know about this. I am the exception. Do you think the flame is yours? Do you think you have the ability to refine it? If my guess is correct, you haven't truly refined the flame yet. You can only slightly activate the nether flame around the flame, right?" Lin Rei's words caused the Earth corpse's expression to change greatly. At this moment, everyone saw the change in the Earth corpse's expression and instantly knew that Lin Rei was right. The Earth corpse really hadn't refined the flame. It seems like I was right. Lin Rei really didn't expect the Earth corpse to be this emotional. Moreover, his words just now were also because he wanted to see if the Earth corpse had truly refined the flame. It seems like his gamble paid off. With a gloomy expression, the Earth Corpse looked at Lin Ray and tried his best to calm down his agitated emotions. That's right. Even if I can only activate the nether flame around the Een flame, so what? The Een flame is mine. This is an indisputable fact. Refining the Een flame is only a matter of time. Do you think our corpse race will care about this little bit of time? Moreover, after refining the Een flame, I might be able to break through the shackles of the Reverend God realm and reach the Saint realm. Tell me, do you think I will give you such a heavenly treasure? At this moment, the Earth Corpse made it clear that Lin Ray wanted it, but the Earth Corpse wouldn't give it to him. Thus, Lin Ray's originally smiling face disappeared at this moment. The moment the Earth Corpse refused, his expression gradually became gloomy. He knew that if he took out something good to exchange, the Earth Corpse might never agree. However, there was also a possibility that even if he took out something good, the Earth Corpse wouldn't give it to him. Of course, there were both options, but Lin Ray didn't know which one the Earth Corpse would choose. Tell me, what do you want in exchange for me? Medicinal pills. Cultivation methods. Battle techniques. Magic techniques. Magic tools. Formations, etc. As long as you say it, I will give it to you. Moreover, you just said that you want to use the Een flame to break through to the Saint realm. Ah. I just want to say that you are very stupid. The Een flame is of the Een attribute, and you yourself are of the Een attribute. To become a saint, you need both Een and Yang to be complete. Do you think you can only break through with Een Chi? With that, Lin Ray didn't have any intention to refute the Earth Corpse. He then continued, if you want to break through to the Saint realm, I can help you replenish your Yang Chi and let your Een and Yang Chi be complete. From there, you can break through to the Saint realm. Boom! Lin Ray's words were like thunder that exploded in the Earth Corpse's mind. Although he didn't know if the prerequisite to becoming a saint was like what Lin Ray said earlier, but looking at his determined appearance and expression, it didn't seem fake. At this moment, the Earth Corpse was caught in a dilemma. One was to use the Een flame as a medium to break through to the Saint realm. However, this was only his imagination and speculation. The other was to believe in Lin Ray and believe that he could help him break through to the Saint realm. However, the prerequisite was that he had to give him the Een flame. Originally, the Earth Corpse didn't doubt the first option and even wanted to speed up his cultivation. However, after hearing Jun Mo Xie's words, the Earth Corpse fell into silence and doubt. In the past, the Earth Corpse had firmly believed in the method he had imagined. But now, he was hesitating. Lin Ray looked at the hesitation on the Earth Corpse's face and smiled. He then returned to his seat and waited. Although he was pressed for time, if he could obtain the Een flame, then this little bit of time could be wasted. Just like this, in the Earth Corpse's silence, time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, a day had passed. During this day, Lin Ray didn't idle. He sat on the chair and ate spirit fruits. He circulated the devouring heaven spell to devour the surrounding spirit chi and his Een chi to increase his cultivation. As for the human corpse, seeing his second brother hesitating, he was extremely anxious. At this moment, he had complete faith in Lin Ray. However, as time passed, the Earth Corpse's thoughts formed one after another. Finally, he made up his mind and locked his gaze on the human corpse. Looking at his brother who had once fought side by side with him for millions of years, the Earth Corpse's gaze finally became firm. He let out a long breath and then said to Lin Ray, I promise you, I can give you the Een flame. However, you must show me your sincerity. You must show me that you can help me break through my cultivation. Only then will I believe that you have the ability to help me achieve the Saint realm. Hee hee. Lin Ray, who was resting with his eyes closed, heard the Earth Corpse's voice. For a moment, Lin Ray smiled. Lin Ray still admired the Earth Corpse. After all, it wasn't easy to find someone with such strength in the God realm. When the human corpse heard that his second brother believed in Lin Ray, he quickly stood up and looked at him. He smiled and said, Second brother, you should have done this long ago. Look at me, I especially believe in Lin Ray. Therefore, believing in Lin Ray is the right thing to do. Lin Ray, looking at the human corpse, Lin Ray couldn't help but think of the pyramid schemes on his planet. The human corpse was very similar to pyramid schemes. You. The Earth corpse smiled and looked at his third brother. He really didn't know what to say. Whoosh, suddenly, as the human corpse and the Earth corpse were chatting, the sound of something breaking through the air was heard. The Earth corpse stretched out his hand and grabbed something in his hand. He retracted his hand and opened it. A pill the size of a soybean appeared in his palm. Suddenly, a pill aroma assailed his nose and quickly spread throughout the entire palace. Hiss. The Earth corpse inhaled a mouthful of cold air with a shocked expression on his face. At this moment, looking at the pill in his hand, smelling its aroma and feeling it, the Earth corpse couldn't remain calm. Even the human corpse beside him couldn't remain calm at this moment. How could he not know that this pill was the reason why he became a mid-stage ultimate god? If the one holding the pill at this moment was his second brother, he would probably rush up and snatch it away. This is for you. Eat this and I believe it will replenish your yang energy. Who knows, it might help you break through to the late-stage ultimate god. Sitting on the chair, Lin Ray looked at the shocked Earth corpse and said indifferently. However, although he didn't seem to care, his heart started to ache a little because this was his last 9 revolution mixed essence pill. This. Hearing Lin Ray's words, the Earth corpse looked up at Lin Ray and saw his indifferent expression. Suddenly, the Earth corpse was shocked. As a mid-stage ultimate god cultivator, he still had some insight. This thing was extraordinary. In his life, he had obtained all the pills and looked at them with a burning gaze. He couldn't wait to swallow them and break through to the next realm. However, he knew that now wasn't the time. Lin Ray had shown his sincerity, and he should show his sincerity too. The Yin fire was once the key to breaking through to the Saint realm. Although he was a little reluctant, he was willing to give it up in front of the person who was the key to breaking through to the Saint realm. Looking at Lin Ray, the Earth corpse let out a long sigh. His face showed a trace of reluctance as he gritted his teeth and said, "Come with me, I'll take you to find the Yin fire." Okay. Hearing the Earth corpse's words, Lin Ray smiled. He came here for the Yin fire and the Corpse King pill. Now that he had the Yin fire, the only thing left was the Corpse King pill. He got up and walked behind the Earth corpse, following him to a wall. Now? Looking at the wall in front of him, Lin Ray was puzzled. He didn't understand what the Earth corpse meant. Crunch. In the next instant, as Linley was speaking, another crunching sound could be heard. Linley's gaze was fixed on the wall in front of him. He saw the wall retreating into the room at this moment, but the speed was a little slower. Boom! At this moment, a terrifying heat rushed out from the crack in the wall. However, what made Lin Ray feel strange was that within this heat wave, Lin Ray faintly felt a trace of coldness. Yin fire? This feeling, Lin Ray couldn't help but think of these 2 words in his mind. He couldn't help but say it out loud. Hearing Lin Ray's guess, the Earth corpse's face showed a trace of a smile. However, he didn't turn around from beginning to end. Correct, it's the Yin fire. As the wall slowly retreated, the heat wave became more and more intense. After Jia Yang was born, he felt this heat wave. In the beginning, it was nothing. However, as time passed, the heat wave slowly increased. In the end, Jia Yang couldn't withstand it anymore. Plop. Jia Yang couldn't endure the heat wave from the Yin fire and finally fell on the chair. His face was full of pain, which made people worried. Chapter 786. Asterisk boom asterisk. In an instant, a blood-colored flame appeared and covered Lin Ray's body. The current Lin Ray was like a god of fire that had descended to the world. He was extremely sacred. Lin Ray felt the abnormality of Jia Yang and the others. Immediately after, with a wave of his hand, he controlled the illusory spirit blood fire to isolate Jiayang and the others. He isolated all the perverts that were revealed by the Yin flame from the illusory spirit blood fire. With the appearance of this scene, the heat wave that Jiayang and the others couldn't endure earlier completely disappeared. Of course, Jiayang and the others knew about the illusory spirit blood fire. However, the Earth Corpse didn't know that Lin Rui actually had such a huge heavenly flame that was even stronger than the Yin flame. This is... Feeling the appearance of the illusory spirit blood fire, the Earth Corpse's face was shocked. His face was filled with disbelief. He never thought that Lin Rui would actually have such an ability. The instant the illusory spirit blood fire appeared, the Earth Corpse felt that the Yin flame had started to tremble and become extremely unstable. The Earth Corpse was shocked by this feeling. Others didn't know, but Lin Rui knew very well that this was the trembling, fear, panic and helplessness of a low-level heavenly flame when it saw a higher-level heavenly flame. Back then when Lin Rui received the illusory spirit blood fire, the little dragon had already said that the power of the illusory spirit blood fire was unparalleled. However, because Lin Rui's cultivation was low, he wasn't able to use the true danger of the illusory spirit blood fire. Although Lin Rui couldn't use the strongest power of the illusory spirit blood fire, the pressure of the illusory spirit blood fire's original realm was still present. Therefore, when these heavenly flames saw the illusory spirit blood fire, they couldn't help but want to escape out of fear. Regarding this, Lin Rui was already used to it. After all, such a scene had happened before. Lin Rui didn't have the slightest chance against the Earth Corpse's fear and disbelief. At this moment, the thing he wanted to see the most, other than the illusory spirit blood fire, there was nothing else. Kacha. Kacha, the wall moved away bit by bit, and as the crack grew bigger and bigger, Lin Rui finally saw what was behind the wall. At this moment, behind the wall was a pitch-black cave. Inside the cave, there was nothing but an endless stream of heat waves. Lin Rui, who had been full of anticipation, saw this scene and his smiling face instantly turned gloomy. He turned his head and looked at the Earth Corpses beside him. His tone and attitude were cold. What's going on? Why is this place like this? Where's the Yin flame? Lin Rui could indeed feel the excitement and change of the illusory spirit blood fire when he felt the heat wave earlier. But now, when he opened it, there was nothing. Earth zombies, seeing Linley's reaction, the Earth Corpse slapped his forehead and gave Linley a thumbs up with a look of admiration. TSK, I really have to hand it to you. I didn't say that this was the place to store the Yin fire. Moreover, do you think that these stones can control the Yin fire? Come to think of it, the Yin fire was the king of the Yin attribute. With such a strong stone, just one punch, no, not just one punch, but one pinky finger could crush it into pieces. Thinking of this, Lin Rui, who had been wearing a cold expression, calmed down a little. Then, he looked at the Earth Corpse, hoping that it would tell him what was going on. Looking at the Earth Corpse's gaze, the Earth Corpse sensed it and said slowly, "This is only the outermost area where the Yin fire is stored. The real place where the Yin fire is stored is at the end of the cave. The temperature there is much higher than here." Oh, I see. After hearing the Earth Corpse's explanation, Lin Rui felt a little better. His face quickly warmed up and he smiled again. The Earth Corpse was stunned and did not say anything else. As for Lin Rui's temper, the Earth Corpse had more or less understood it. Glancing at Lin Rui, it said, "Okay, let's go." Then, it took the lead and walked towards the cave. Glancing at the Earth Corpse in front of him, Linley didn't give it much thought and immediately followed. As for Jiayang and the others, Lin Rui did not let them follow. After all, they could not resist the heat of the Yin fire. When he subdued the Yin fire, he would have to worry about their comfort. To him, they would be a burden. However, Fu Lei was different. Kacha. Just like that, Lin Rui walked into the cave. In the instant that Linley stepped into the cave, the crack in the wall once more returned to its original position. The palace regained its tranquility. Jiayang and the others sat down in boredom. In the end, they had no choice but to enter meditation and wait for Lin Rei's return. In the cave, Lin Rei followed the earth corpse. The light became dimmer and dimmer. After walking for a while, it completely disappeared. Moreover, the temperature became hotter and hotter. But of course, to Linley, this temperature was nothing at all. As the earth corpse and Lin Rei went deeper, dark fire began to appear in front of Lin Rei and the earth corpse. Looking at the dark fire, Lin Rei opened his mouth. This should be the dark fire that you used before. That's right. This is the hellfire that I used. Also, I can only go up to this point, because if I go down any further, my body might not be able to take it, and in the end, collapse. What do you think? Hearing Linley's question, the earth corpse replied. Yes, indeed. To be able to come here is enough to prove the strength of your body. That's right. Although the temperature of the dark fire is high, it will harm your meridians to a certain extent. After saying that, Lin Rei once again looked at the earth corpse and said solemnly, "So, don't take the pill that I gave you first. After I subdue the dark fire, I will help you refine a pill that can heal your meridians. It will allow you to quickly recover your damaged meridians. Then, when you take the 9 revolution mixed yuan pill, you will experience unexpected benefits. Trust me." Really? Although the earth corpse already believed Lin Rei, he still couldn't understand him. Seeing the disbelief in the earth corpse's eyes, Lin Rei helplessly shook his head. He then took a step forward and instantly arrived in front of the earth corpse. The illusory spirit blood fire instantly rushed out and wrapped around Lin Rei's sword finger. Whoosh! His speed was so fast that even the earth corpses didn't notice that Linley had already arrived in front of them. This action made the earth corpse even more certain that the pressure that he felt from Lin Rei was real. This Lin Rei was really stronger than him. However, the moment Lin Rei arrived in front of the earth corpse, the sword finger wrapped in the illusory spirit blood fire instantly touched one of the meridians on the earth corpse's chest. Zap! As if it had been electrocuted, the earth corpse trembled, and what followed was endless pain. This pain came from its own body, from the place where Linley had just touched. However, this pain wasn't caused by Lin Rei. It was because his meridians seemed to have been severely injured. At this moment, the earth corpse thought of Lin Rei's words and blamed himself. His previous actions proved that he was old. A dog biting a man who didn't know how to appreciate good intentions, and he was the dog. Clearly, the other party had good intentions, but was rejected by his vigilance and doubts. He blamed himself for the earth corpse. Looking at the earth corpse's painful expression, Lin Rei retreated back to his original position. He revealed a slight smile and said, "How is it? Now, your body will listen to my previous words? Of course, if it doesn't listen, it's fine. This way, I can save time. You should know that refining pills is very tiring. I don't want to waste time and not gain anything." With that, Lin Rei didn't say anything else and walked into the depths of the cave. However, what the earth corpse didn't know was that the moment Lin Rei left, he was secretly counting in his heart. 1, 3, 4. Lin Rei was sure that if he didn't count, the earth corpse would definitely call out to him. In the blink of an eye, 6 had already passed, but the earth corpse still didn't move. Regarding this, Lin Rei was a little surprised. 7, 8. Even when he counted to 8, the earth corpse still didn't make a sound. Lin Rei was surprised, but he didn't think much about it. Since the earth corpse didn't call out to him, it meant that he didn't need it. If that was the case, then he was willing. After all, the one who benefited the most was him, and it also saved time. 9. Finally, just when Lin Rei was about to count to 10, the voice that Lin Rei was waiting for appeared. "Lin Rei, I agree with your method just now. I'll wait for you to refine the pill for me. Hearing the Earth Corpse's words, Lin Ray was surprised. Then, he revealed a smile, turned around and said, "Okay, I agree to help you. However, the condition is that you have to follow me to where the Een flame is stored. As long as you can keep up with me and withstand the endless heat waves, then I'll agree." Stunned. At this moment, the Earth Corpse was stunned. He was still a little afraid of entering the Een flame's storage area. One must know that the perverts there were at least 100 times hotter than where they were now. If he really did follow in, then he could imagine the final result. His body would collapse and he would die. At this moment, the Earth Corpse hesitated. However, looking at the strange smile on Lin Ray's face, the Earth Corpse was full of doubts. He didn't understand why Lin Ray was doing this. He really wanted to know, but in the end, he gave up. "So, did you agree?" At this moment, Linley urged again. He really wanted to enter the depths of the cave as soon as possible. He really wanted to see the Een flame. In response to Lin Ray's urging, the Earth Corpse was also very anxious. He couldn't understand Lin Ray's intention, so he was anxious. However, in the face of Lin Ray's urging, the Earth Corpse could only nod his head helplessly. However, the moment he agreed to Lin Ray's request, a voice from the depths of his heart rang out. "You're right, just like that." The Earth Corpse was speechless. However, before he could say anything, he had already agreed. "Okay." Seeing the Earth Corpse agree, Lin Ray waved his hand and said, "Come, I'll show you the power of the Een flame. Then, you'll know whether I was lying or not." The Earth Corpse was stunned. His body involuntarily moved closer to Lin Ray. Despite the heat waves in front of him, the Earth Corpse was still stubborn. Using his strong body, he arrived in front of Lin Ray and stood still. "Very good." Lin Ray was very pleased with the Earth Corpse's behavior. Then, he waved his hand and a ball of illusory spirit blood fire appeared in an instant, rushing towards the Earth Corpse. Seeing the illusory spirit blood fire rushing towards him, the Earth Corpse's expression changed. He wanted to use his cultivation to retreat quickly. Unfortunately, when he reacted, the illusory spirit blood fire had already arrived above his head and formed a flame-like garment, wrapping the Earth Corpse in it. At this moment, the Earth Corpse who was wrapped in the illusory spirit blood fire was no longer as flustered as before. Instead, he was a little surprised. At this moment, the Earth Corpse couldn't feel the pain of being burned by the Een flame. Instead, the heat emitted by the Een flame was completely isolated by the illusory spirit blood fire that wrapped around him. Damn, this. Other than shock and disbelief, the Earth Corpse really didn't know how to describe his feelings at this moment. "Alright, let's go. Time waits for no man." Linley didn't pay much attention to the Earth Corpse's astonishment. At this moment, the Earth Corpse's question was answered. In the next moment, Linley released the illusory spirit blood fire to envelop himself. Then, using his cultivation base, he disappeared from the spot. "Wait. Wait for me." At this moment, seeing Lin Ray suddenly disappear, the Earth Corpse suddenly panicked. He was afraid that Lin Ray would leave and the illusory spirit blood fire around him would be extinguished. Then, he used his cultivation and chased after Lin Ray. At this moment, in the cave, only two figures could be seen. Just as they appeared, they would disappear again. This happened many times, but in the end, the two figures stopped in front of a stone door. It's here. Behind this door is where the Een flame is." At this moment, the Earth Corpse spoke. However, he was very excited because this was the second time he came here. The first time he came here, this place wasn't as hot as this. "Okay. Got it." Looking at the excited Earth Corpse, Lin Ray nodded his head. Then, he fixed his gaze on the door in front of him. Looking at the door, it was filled with some skeletons and ghost faces, as well as some messy words that he couldn't understand. Damn, what the hell is this? Looking at the obstacle in front of him, Lin Ray felt a headache coming on. Boy, this door is not simple. Suddenly, just as Lin Ray was having a headache, the system's voice appeared. At this moment, Lin Ray seemed to have heard his savior. His originally worried face revealed a smile. What's going on? Hurry up and tell me. Lin Ray urged. TSK, this door should be an innate spiritual treasure. However, it's a low-grade spiritual treasure. It's not as high-grade as the string of beads in your hand, but it's still okay. Overall, it's an item born from heaven and earth. The system said, but there was a trace of regret in its voice. What? This is an innate spiritual treasure? Although the system said it casually, in front of Lin Ray, it was like an atomic bomb. It was a shocking thing. There weren't many items born from heaven and earth. Now, in one place, there were two of them. So, Lin Ray began to feel that the ancient corpse trove wasn't as simple as it seemed on the surface. Chapter 787. Tisk, why do you care? As for Linley's inner thoughts, the system could naturally hear them if it wanted to. Therefore, the system naturally answered Linley's thoughts. Looking at the stunned Lin Ray, the system sighed softly and continued, what you should be thinking of now is to enter this place and collect the Een flame. From there, the illusory spirit blood fire will undergo a qualitative change. Only then can your illusory spirit blood fire be upgraded to a higher level of flame. Do you want to move? Lin Ray was speechless at the system's words. He wanted to subdue the Een flame, but Lin Ray was at his wit's end when it came to this innate spiritual treasure in front of him. If it was a divine artifact, then the system wouldn't even need to intervene. Linley himself would be able to blast it away or subdue it. But this was a protocosmic spirit treasure, a product of nature. Linley knew that he wouldn't be able to do such a thing. This innate spiritual treasure in front of me, I can't open it. Why don't you? Lin Ray said to the system as he looked at the obstacle in front of him. Of course, because he was asking for help, it was inevitable that he would sound like he was begging for help. If you, who had been bullied by Linley in the past, were to see this side of Linley, you would probably be stupefied, and would wonder if the world had changed. Because in your memories, Linley was a devil through and through, a god of slaughter. Those who had offended him swore that they would never want to see Lin Ray again. If Lin Ray appeared again, it would be an indelible disaster. He would be their nightmare. Sigh. In front of the system, Lin Ray was like a child. Seeing Lin Ray like this, the system sighed and nodded in agreement. All right. However, when I make my move later, you must infuse your blood essence into the door and use it to control it. That way, you can enter the door and take it for your own use. That way, what do you think? Now, Linley was overjoyed. Who wouldn't want to have another protocosmic spirit treasure? Only, blood essence was a bit of a problem. If he used blood essence, his body might feel a bit unaccustomed to it. Of course, blood essence was not a problem when it came to obtaining an innate spiritual treasure. Without hesitation, Lin Ray nodded in agreement. All right, don't worry. As long as you do it, there will be blood essence anytime. After saying this, Linley did not hesitate in the slightest and directly forced out a drop of blood essence from his body. Whoosh! A dazzling light suddenly appeared above the blood essence that Linley had forced out, emitting light. After a few breaths of time, the light automatically disappeared and the original appearance of the blood essence was revealed in front of Lin Ray. At this moment, a drop of blood essence was floating in the air, as if it had a spirit by Lin Ray's side. Hiss. However, at this time, the earth corpses saw the blood floating in the air. For a moment, their eyes were startled and their faces were full of shock. This was because, at this moment, the blood floating in the air was like a ruby. It shined brightly and within this ruby, there were traces of golden threads. This scene shocked the earth corpses to the side because the blood in a person's body could not be like this. However, Linley could see it very clearly, and very clearly at that. Within the blood, there was not only red and gold, but also a hint of purple light in the depths of that drop of blood. It was just that the brightness of that drop of blood could not be ignored. Ah! Looking at this drop of blood essence, Lin Ray's face revealed a trace of a smile and a trace of heartache. This was his blood essence, the foundation of Hongmeng's supreme physique. Originally, the little dragon said that it would not let him casually get hurt. TSK, but, as expected of the world's most tyrannical and strongest physique. I did not expect that just a drop of undeveloped blood would have such powerful strength. At this time, the system opened its mouth and its words were full of praise. Hearing the system's words, Lin Ray's face was full of pride because the system was praising his blood. It was something that he used his strength to condense. Okay, let's hurry up and start. There is not much time left. Although Lin Ray was a bit arrogant, he still knew the severity of the situation. This was not the time to be complacent. Sigh, you brat. Seeing Lin Ray so anxious, the system sighed and then nodded. Okay, since you want to start too early, then let's start. The moment it finished speaking, a wave of energy suddenly appeared and merged into Lin Ray's body. This energy was so huge that even Lin Ray was shocked. You. Feeling the huge energy that suddenly appeared in his body, Lin Ray knew without thinking that other than the system, he could not think of anyone else. And the system seemed to know what Lin Ray wanted to ask. Without waiting for Lin Ray to finish speaking, it immediately explained and interrupted him. Okay, didn't you want me to do it? I am an illusory body and I can't let the corpses beside me notice anything wrong, so I can only act according to your body. Of course, if you don't want to, I can let go. However, I don't know if this door. TSK. At this moment, the system could be said to be a naked threat. You. Lin Ray did not know what to do with the system at this moment. In the past, the system was still cold, but now the system was so shameless. Of course, Lin Ray was already used to this kind of system. He did not want the system to become like it was before. Okay, stop bullshitting. Hurry up and get ready. Lin Ray warned. Then, under Lin Ray's perception, a terrifying wave of energy instantly passed through his palms and rushed towards the innate spiritual treasure in front of him. Bang! A loud sound, like that of stone and metal, was very dull. On the side, the corpses felt the terror of Lin Ray's palm. They were directly nailed to the ground as if they were immobilized. They stared at Lin Ray with eyes full of shock. How much power does it take to shake this door? At this moment, the corpses slowly spoke. He knew about this stone door in front of him because it was still open at that time. It was also because of that he was able to see the Een flame in the stone door. Later on, for some unknown reason, the stone door closed. He wanted to go in but did not have the ability. Back then, in order to enter the sect, the corpses did not hesitate to ask the corpses of the sky, who was now the head of the ancient corpse trove. However, in the end, they still could not do anything. But now, with a single palm strike from Linley, the stone door began to sway. And it didn't seem to be as simple as just swaying. Break, for me. Lin Ray did not know and did not want to know about the corpse's thoughts and shock. At this moment, his only thought was to open the stone door and let the innate spiritual treasure in front of him recognize him as its master. At this moment, the system controlling Linley's body sensed the obscure aura of his master. Instantly, it frowned. Then, it relaxed and a mysterious smile appeared on the corner of its mouth. Humph, even the sages could not do anything to me. Do you think you can withstand my palm strength? At this moment, the system seemed to know something when it felt the obscure aura in the stone door. Heaven and earth change, first change, firmament palm, break for me. Suddenly, the stone door seemed to have stirred up the system's competitive spirit. Suddenly, the system gave in and finally used its battle technique. Another terrifying energy appeared, and finally, with its peak strength, it slammed into the stone door. After a loud dong sound, a kacha sound was heard. The stone door, which was originally cracked and sewn, started to crack under the force of this palm. Quick, now is the time. Inject the blood essence into the crack. If you are late, I can't do anything. Suddenly, the system's voice sounded. At this moment, the system returned Lin Rei's body to Lin Rei. Okay. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was shocked. He was already prepared. The moment he felt the control of his body return to him, Lin Rei moved. He controlled his blood essence and aimed it at the crack on the stone door. Then, he poured his blood essence into it. Boom, whoosh, the moment the blood essence merged with the stone door, a red light rushed out and lit up the entire space. Hee hee. He laughed. In this moment, as he sensed the magnificence of that red light, Linley laughed, because in the instant that the red light had appeared, an enormous amount of information had appeared in his mind. Underworld Craftsman, the innate spiritual treasure of the prehistoric netherworld. It has the ability to suppress evil and is extremely dangerous. It is a lower-grade innate spiritual treasure. Underworld Craftsman? After roughly looking through the memories in his mind, Lin Rei was momentarily stunned. The name Underworld Craftsman made Lin Rei feel a little careless. However, looking at its abilities, Lin Rei was quite fond of it. After all, it was a lower-grade innate spiritual treasure, but it had the ability to suppress all evil and yin energy. Along with this information, there were also spells on how to put it into one's body. This made Lin Rei happy. If this was the case, then he would be able to see the yin flame soon. Thinking about this, Lin Rei became excited. He turned around and said to the earth corpse, "Be careful later. I will put away the stone door. There might be a large amount of heat rushing out, and there might even be yin flames rushing out. So, be prepared to defend yourself at any time." What? Put away the stone door? This time, the earth corpse was shocked. Ever since he had met Linley, he had always been able to bring him quite a bit of shock and awe. After so many shocks, the earth corpse had originally thought that he had become numb to it. Who would have thought that when he encountered something like this, the earth corpse would still be shocked? Alright, don't just stand there. I'm going to start. At this moment, Lin Rei spoke without waiting for the earth corpse to come back to his senses. He began to recite the spell to put away the underworld craftsman. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Suddenly, the underworld craftsman began to sway, and the cave trembled. Originally, the underworld craftsman would be put back into the body by reciting the spell, but now it only shook a few times. Lin Rei knew that this was very likely because he had just become master and servant with the underworld craftsman, but he had only just made a preliminary connection with the underworld craftsman. Knowing the reason, Lin Rei was not discouraged. As the saying goes, the first drum builds up the spirit, the second weakens the spirit, and the third exhausts the spirit. Next, Lin Rei, who had enough patience, began to recite the spell over and over again. Immediately after, the shaking became more and more intense. Following that, the underworld craftsman began to leave its original place bit by bit. It even began to shrink a little as it rushed towards Lin Rei. Just like that, time passed little by little as Lin Rei recited the spell. Whoosh! Lin Rei did not know how much time had passed, but he was sure that it was a very long time. However, in the end, it did not disappoint Lin Rei. The underworld craftsman instantly shrank and rushed into his body. Finally, it appeared in his spiritual abode and hung there. Hiss! He really put it away. At this moment, this was the only thought the earth corpse had. Rumble. Suddenly, a terrifying heat wave rushed towards Lin Rei the moment the underworld craftsman was put away. This was the first time Lin Rei had seen such an energy technique in his life. Bang! A muffled sound entered Lin Rei's ears. He turned around and saw that the Earth corpse, who was originally standing there, had disappeared without a trace. Lin Rei was stunned by this scene. He looked behind him and saw that the Earth corpse had been pushed back by the terrifying energy. It did not seem to have any intention of stopping and was still continuing. Sigh. I wanted you to go in and take a look, but it seems that you can't do it now. There was no other way. Lin Rei could do nothing about the Earth corpse that had been pushed back by the energy. He had already helped him to this point. Lin Rei might have to go back and bring him back again. He sighed helplessly. Then, his expression became serious. He turned around and looked at the opened hole again. At this moment, a sinister, yet scorching, energy was constantly surging out of the cave. Lin Li had no choice but to be cautious. Although he felt that he was very powerful, it was inevitable that something unexpected would happen. Lin Li didn't dare to guarantee that he would be safe. Let's go in and collect your Yin fire. I believe that after coming out of here, your cultivation will undergo a qualitative change again, the system said. Heh, I hope so. Responding to the system, he did not hesitate. He made up his mind and walked into the hole. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. 1 step at a time. The sound of each footstep was like the sound of Lin Li's heart, echoing within the cave. Phew. Finally, a living creature has come in again. Come, let me devour you. Come quickly. A cold and strange voice suddenly appeared. For a moment, Lin Rei, who was walking forward, stopped in his tracks. This is... Lin Rei hesitated for a moment when he heard this voice. He did not expect there to be a human voice in here. TSK, what human? It's just that the Yin fire has developed intelligence after millions of years. Also, is this very strange? The system's words were obviously the truth. It was strange because it had not seen anything. Lin Rei could only end this awkward ending for Lin Rei in a speechless manner. Chapter 788. Ignoring the system and not replying to the Yin flame, Lin Li looked ahead with a deep gaze before walking into the depths of the mountain. To him, nothing could stop his desire to break through. Only then would he be able to reach the Holy Realm faster. That way, he would be able to complete the 1,000-year mission without being punished by the system. Lin Rei was very worried about this. Although he was very familiar with the system, Lin Rei still believed that the system would punish the system. Lin Rei had never doubted this. Dong, 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 step by step, the sound of Yin Flame's footsteps entered Lin Rei's ears. It was as if his heart was beating too fast, causing the atmosphere to become even more tense. Perhaps it was because the cave was big, but Lin Rei's footsteps were very soft and soft. But in the end, they were very loud and echoed in the cave. He, human, I didn't expect you to be so bold. Looks like I'll be able to eat my fill this time. At this moment, sensing Lin Li's fearlessness, and even his killing intent, the Yin flame once again spoke out. At this moment, Lin Rei could clearly tell that the Yin flame's tone had changed. It was as if victory was in its grasp, but now it was furious. It was as if it was about to explode and devour Lin Rei. Heh. Lin Rei didn't have any impression of the Yin flame's words. At this moment, the Chaos Dragon Spear appeared in Lin Rei's hand. He didn't know the Yin flame's strength, but he didn't know if it would be a fierce battle. As for the Primal Chaos Dragon Spear, Lin Li had wanted to find someone to test it out on. Now, it was so close to him, and the Yin flames felt so good. Naturally, Lin Li was overjoyed. How do you have a natural spiritual treasure? In the depths of the cave, a huge ball of flame emitting a faint blue light floated in the air. The voice just now was emitted from this ball of flame. When Inhua sensed the long spear in Lin Li's hands, his heart suddenly clenched. A sense of foreboding filled his heart, and he knew very well that Linley's spear was a middle-grade protocosmic spirit treasure. Towards this, a hint of terror appeared in his heart. As the saying went, the first to show fear in a battle was destined to lose. Not bad, you have a good eye. What do you think? My Chaos Dragon spear is not bad, right? I'll let you experience its power later. Hearing the system's words, Linley could not help but reveal a smug smile. He was very clear about the system's level. Connate's spiritual treasures were also known as sacred artifacts. Previously, he already knew that his spear had broken through to the mid-level Connate spiritual treasure level. Flame was speechless. He didn't know what to say. He knew that the fear he felt from the Chaos Dragon spear was something that could restrain him. Let's go play with the Flame first. Ignoring the Flame, he held the Chaos Dragon spear tightly. With a shake of his hand, he smiled and activated his cultivation. Roar! Suddenly, dragon roars came out from the Chaos Dragon spear. The roars were so loud that they formed sound waves. The sound waves were so powerful that even Lin Ray was shocked when he felt the power of the sound waves. This was the first time the Chaos Dragon spear had summoned 9 Azure Dragons after its breakthrough. The previous Azure Dragons weren't as powerful. Feeling the excitement of the Azure Dragons, Lin Ray smiled. With a shake of his hand, the 9 Azure Dragons rushed out into the depths of the cave. Whoosh, whoosh whoosh, the sound of the Azure Dragons breaking through the air came from the cave. At this moment, the scene of 9 Azure Dragons moving out together was very spectacular. Phew. I really didn't expect that the Chaos Dragon spear's breakthrough would lead to the 9 Azure Dragons' breakthrough. Their cultivation should be at the Saint Realm now, right? Lin Ray couldn't help but exclaim as he watched the Azure Dragons leave. TCH, Saint? They're not just saints. At this moment, the system heard Lin Ray's muttering and couldn't help but say, the Chaos Dragon spear has broken through to a middle-grade innate spiritual treasure. In that case, the 9 Azure Dragons' cultivation should have reached the late-stage Dao Fruit Saint realm. Hiss. Dao Fruit. Late-stage Dao Fruit Saint realm? Lin Ray was shocked when he heard the system's assessment of the Azure Dragon's strength. A perfected ultimate god could break through to the Saint realm and become a Dao Fruit Saint right after breaking through. Originally, Lin Ray thought that the Azure Dragons were at most early-stage Dao Fruit Saints. He didn't expect them to break through to the late-stage Dao Fruit Saint realm. This shocked Lin Ray. However, along with the shock, there was also surprise, joy, happiness, and excitement. Because of the 9 late-stage Dao Fruit Saints, his strength would increase by another level. However, Lin Ray was excited and happy. Flame, on the other hand, was in trouble. After all, Flame's spiritual intelligence was only at the perfected late-stage Ultimate God realm while the Azure Dragons were all at the late-stage Dao Fruit realm. The difference between the two was enormous. Not even Linley could be certain that someone at the level of Flame could laugh at late-stage Dao Fruit Saints. Bastard. Deep in the cave, seeing the 9 beams of light arrive in an instant, his originally panicked heart was once again sure that Lin Ray's Chaos Dragon spear was so powerful that even he was no match for it. Awoo. Although the 9 Azure Dragons were only left with their dragon souls, their majesty was still there. How could they not be angry when they heard a small flame that had given birth to spiritual intelligence curse? One of the Azure Dragons couldn't help but fly faster. In an instant, the strength of a saint could distort space. Therefore, the Azure Dragon's figure flashed and disappeared on the spot. When it reappeared, it was already in front of Flame. Flame didn't have time to react. At this moment, the Azure Dragon rushed in front of Flame and swung its tail like a long whip, fiercely hitting Flame. Boom, a loud sound was heard. The Flame that was hit by the Azure Dragon was directly scattered by the Azure Dragon and scattered in all directions. Bastard, die. Die. At this moment, Flame came back to its senses and found that it had been smashed by the Azure Dragon. Immediately, a surge of anger surged in its heart. Suddenly, a huge heat wave appeared. The Flame that had been smashed and scattered in all directions miraculously merged the moment the heat wave appeared and finally returned to its original body. Bastard, I am angry now. Although you are a saint, you are still just a dragon's soul in the end. I am the bane of souls, so, die. At this moment, the Flame was enraged. A ball of Flame rushed out of Flame's body at an extremely fast speed, almost imperceptible to the naked eye, and arrived in front of the Azure Dragon. Woo! Looking at the Flame, the Azure Dragon's face showed a trace of disdain. It didn't care about the Flame at all. It didn't dodge and just let the Flame hit its body. What? At this moment, the Flame appeared on the Azure Dragon's body and started to burn. Flame smiled at this, but as the fire burned more and more fiercely, the dragon's soul didn't cry out in pain. This was completely different from what he had expected. In his expectation, as long as the Azure Dragon touched the Flame would burn its dragon's soul to ashes. But now, not only was the dragon's soul not destroyed, it was even more spirited. The Flame that was attached to the dragon's soul was slowly being absorbed by the dragon's soul. This scene shocked Flame and Lin Ray, who had already arrived. However, when he felt the Azure Dragon slowly becoming stronger after absorbing the Flame, Lin Ray was relieved. After all, his improvement was his own improvement. Looking at the Azure Dragon, Lin Ray said, "All right, leave this to me. You guys guard the surroundings. If the Flame dares to escape, kill it without mercy." Woo! At this moment, the 9 Azure Dragons roared at the sky in unison, as if responding to Lin Ray's words. Heh! Lin Ray smiled at the Azure Dragon's reaction. He then stepped forward and came under the Flame. Looking up at the Flame in the sky, Lin Ray's face showed a trace of mockery. Flame, I will give you a chance. Become a part of my strength. When I reach the strongest level of Tao, I will return your freedom. At that time, you will become stronger and respected by the world. You might even become the King of Fire. What do you think? Flame, when Hua heard the young man's words, he suddenly felt that it was funny. Since when did he need someone to persuade him? Moreover, he wanted him to become a part of the other party's strength. Wasn't this clearly asking him to wait to be devoured? As an expert born from the world, this was a great humiliation. Thus, Flame didn't even think about it before rejecting Lin Li's suggestion. Kid, why don't you ask around? I am one of the strongest godly flames in the world. What gives you the right to do that? You. Boom. Suddenly, without waiting for Flame to finish speaking, a blood-red flame appeared and covered Lin Li's entire body. Lin Ray was like a god of war, sacred and inviolable. He was like a god that made people revere him. At this moment, the appearance of the illusory spirit blood fire caused the Flame to retreat violently. If the chaotic dragon spear had brought him fear, then the illusory spirit blood fire had brought him the aura of death. In front of the illusory spirit blood fire, the Flame felt like a little doll, while the illusory spirit blood fire was like a giant pillar supporting the sky. When he looked up, he could only see its dust. Flame was scared. He didn't know what to do. He was surrounded by 9 Azure Dragons. It was impossible for him to escape. But in front of him was an emperor. At this moment, Hua was stuck between a rock and a hard place. He didn't know what he should do to avoid this calamity. Seeing the Flame panic, Lin Li laughed coldly in his heart and muttered, "If I let you submit to me, perhaps when I become the most powerful Taoist, I could let you leave. But now, not only will I refine you, I will also use the illusory spirit blood fire to devour you. You will become a part of the illusory spirit blood fire." Thinking of this, Lin Li glanced at Flame. Since Enflame had already rejected him, Linley naturally wouldn't ask to be abused. Of course, Linley knew that Enflame wasn't in the mood for that. Devouring Heaven spell, illusory spirit blood fire, devour. Lin Ray didn't waste any time. He didn't waste any more time. The Devouring Heaven spell and illusory spirit blood fire were activated. A vortex formed by the illusory spirit blood fire appeared. Suddenly, a terrifying suction force appeared in the vortex. The suction force was so strong that even the cave felt like it was going to collapse. No. No. Don't. Inhua could feel the strong suction force, because his body was slowly being pulled into the blood-red vortex uncontrollably. A hoarse roar came from the Enflame's mouth as it struggled to break free. Its voice was filled with stubbornness as it wanted to resist fate. However, the level of the Devouring Heaven spell was too high. One could imagine how strong the suction force was. Even Lin Ray was afraid of the suction force of the Devouring Heaven spell. Therefore, it was even more impossible for Enflame to break free and escape. No. No. Young man, I promise you. I promise to become a part of your strength. I promise. I promise you. I beg you, don't. No matter how sincere Enflame's pleading was, it was too late. Lin Ray had already made the final decision to refine Enflame. Furthermore, Lin Ray was planning to refine Enflame anyway. Thus, Linley didn't pay any attention to the Enflame's pleading, much less listen to it. Just like that, the Enflame was slowly sucked into the blood-red vortex by the strong suction force, and finally disappeared without a trace. After the Enflame was swallowed by Linley, the terrifying heat in the entire cave began to disappear in an instant. Boom! However, even though he had swallowed the Enflame was extremely powerful. The moment it was swallowed into his body, it exploded at full speed. A terrifying surge of heat began to spread throughout Linley's body, burning him from the inside out. The pain was tearing him apart. Suddenly, Lin Ray's face turned pale because of the pain. He didn't care about anything else and rolled on the ground. At that moment, Lin Ray's image as a venerable realm expert and the former lord of the Xuanzong sect was thrown to the back of his mind. Linley let out a hoarse, pained roar. His face had turned extremely pale, causing anyone who saw it to be terrified. Sigh. Hang in there. As long as you hang in there, you will be able to break through to the middle ultimate god realm. It will be good for you. After all, you don't have much time left. At that moment, after Lin Ray fell into pain, the system sighed. If Lin Ray heard the system, he would be very confused. Because the system said that he didn't have much time left. It didn't mean that he didn't complete the task. As for what it meant, he didn't know. Sigh. After sighing, the system fell completely silent and did not speak again. Chapter 789. Time flowed by. It was like a white steed flashing past a crack. It was undetectable and untraceable. Naturally, it had been 2 years since Lin Ray entered the black hole. There was no news from him nor was there any information from him. Jia Yang, Pai Xiao, and the others who were quietly waiting in the Earth Corpse Palace were worried. Within the Earth Corpse Palace, the Earth Corpses, human corpses, Jia Yang, Pai Xiao, Ba Bao and the jade-faced Rakshasa that Linley had saved earlier had been in a state of cultivation and comprehension ever since Linley had entered the cave. On the way, when everyone was cultivating, the Earth Corpse walked out of the cave in a sorry state. His face was filled with helplessness and depression. The clothes on his body were tattered and torn. Even the beggars on the street were a lot better than him. Everyone was curious about why the Earth Corpse had come out, but the one who was even more curious was Linley. Because Linley had gone in with him, and when they came out, only the Earth Corpse was left. Moreover, his attire was so strange. This caused everyone to be puzzled, but also filled with worry. Although Lin Rei's cultivation was incomparable to everyone, there were too many strong existences in this world. They did not dare to guarantee that Lin Rei would be safe and sound. The Earth Corps naturally knew about everyone's suspicions. Then, without waiting for Jia Yang and the others to ask, the Earth Corps took the lead and spoke about everything that happened in the cave. He did not hide anything. He did not even hide the matter of him being blown away by the heat wave. After the Earth Corps spoke about everything that happened in the cave, everyone became silent. After all, they did not participate in this matter. In the end, Jia Yang and the others chose to remain silent. After that, everyone once again entered into their cultivation. This wait lasted for 2 years. This was something that Jia Yang and the others did not expect. Sigh. In the palace, Jia Yang retrieved his martial technique. His eyes moved and opened. A light instantly rushed out from his eyes. After the light passed, his expression became arrogant. Lin Rei, why haven't you come out yet? The corrosion of the heat wave has long disappeared from the cave. Why haven't you come out yet? Do you know that everyone is worried about you? Jia Yang sighed. He twisted his body and looked around. When he saw that everyone was still cultivating, his heart was filled with depression. Although he hadn't been with Lin Rei for a long time, ever since he had agreed to join the Xuanzong sect, Lin Rei had unknowingly become a pillar in his heart, the backbone of his heart. And now, Lin Rei was not present. In fact, it could even be said that there was no news of him. This caused Jia Yang to not worry at all. Even after Lin Rei had disappeared for a year, Jia Yang wanted to enter the cave alone to investigate. However, this idea was seen through by the Pai Xiu who was at the side. In the end, the Pai Xiu opened its mouth and stopped Jia Yang's idea. Before it could even be implemented, it was strangled in the cradle. However, now, after 2 years, seeing that Lin Rei still hadn't appeared, this thought once again appeared in Jia Yang's heart. He looked at the pitch-black cave before him. In the past, there were still heat waves coming out from it. However, ever since it suddenly disappeared 2 years ago, there was no longer any heat. It even became like the outside world, extremely gloomy and cold. Seeing that the surrounding people were still cultivating and did not show any signs of waking up, Jia Yang was unable to endure it anymore. He didn't want to continue waiting like this. He wanted to enter the cave to find Lin Rei's whereabouts. Although Jia Yang was worried, when he thought of Lin Rei, the fear that originally existed in his heart was completely thrown to the back of his mind. When he thought of doing it, he immediately did it. After taking a final glance at everyone and confirming that there were no signs of them waking up, Jia Yang stood up and tiptoed like a thief. He did not dare to make the slightest bit of noise. It was as if he was afraid that if he made any big movements, he would wake everyone up. When he arrived at the entrance of the cave, his heart was firm. Then, he stepped into the cave. At that moment, Jia Yang was determined to find Lin Rei. He had even prepared for the worst. Even if he were to die, he would not hesitate. Just like that, Jia Yang's silhouette disappeared from the mountain cave. However, what Jia Yang didn't know was that the instant he stepped into the mountain cave, the Pai Xiu who was cultivating with its eyes tightly closed suddenly opened. Within its pair of blurred eyes, there was a trace of a smile. Within that smile, there was even more of admiration and admiration. Tisk, in the end, he still chose to enter. It seems that I have not misjudged him. Such a person should be very suitable to inherit my body cultivation technique. The Pisho muttered in its heart. Although it is not as exceptional as Lin Rei's body cultivation technique, it is at least one of the best in the world. Even the Azure Lotus Saint did not hesitate to use the Azure Lotus sword cannon to exchange with me. After saying that, the Pisho looked at the cave and lightly laughed. Then, its gaze became firm. In that case, I will wait for you to come out. I hope that you will not disappoint me. After saying that, the Pisho once again entered the cave to cultivate. However, the smile on its face did not disappear for a long time. As for Jia Yang, who had entered the cave, he simply did not know that unknowingly, because of a certain decision, he had obtained an opportunity that others would not be able to obtain in their lifetime. It was even because of this opportunity that he was sent to the peak of the Tao. Thump thump. Thump thump. Thump thump. In a pitch-black cave, a naked youth was sitting cross-legged on the ground without anything covering his body. Both of his hands were facing upwards. It was as if he was in a state of cultivation. On his face, sweat was unceasingly overflowing. However, the corners of his mouth were slightly raised. It was as if he had thought of something happy at that moment. Within the cave, the sound of a strong heartbeat could be heard. It was as if something was hitting the wall. The sound was so loud that it made one's hair stand up. Bang! Along with the sound of a heartbeat, a muffled sound could be heard from the youth's body. One could clearly see that when the muffled sound appeared, the youth's body instantly swelled up. It was as if he was a balloon that was filled with air. Then, it immediately deflated. Boom! Suddenly, a terrifying pressure was emitted from the young man's body. The surrounding stone walls instantly exploded when the enormous pressure appeared. Huff! A long exhalation sound could be heard from the youth's mouth. His originally closed eyes squirmed at this moment and finally opened completely. Asterisk swoosh, asterisk a golden light instantly rushed out from his eyes and shot towards a dodging wall not far away. Bang! Thump! Following that, a muffled sound could be heard. The wall that was hit by the golden light had 2 fist-sized holes in an instant. The depth of the holes was terrifying. Just 2 golden lights were able to cause such a powerful bombardment. If it were to hit a person's body, wouldn't it be able to kill the person directly? I finally made a breakthrough. The golden light disappeared. His eyes were filled with joy as he said to Nan and I. Yes, you made a breakthrough. It's not bad. After devouring the Yin flame, you've made a breakthrough from the early stage hierarch realm to the mid-stage hierarch realm in 2 years. This kind of cultivation speed, I believe that in the divine realm. No, even in the holy realm, no one can be compared to you. At this moment, an electronically synthesized voice could be heard. Although the voice was a little stiff, it was filled with concern and admiration. System. At this moment, when he heard the sudden praise, his face couldn't help but blush as he muttered, "So you also know how to praise people?" I thought, what did you think? At this moment, the system spoke again. As for the young man who had spoken earlier, he was none other than Linley, who had entered the cave to search for Jiayang. You still think that I'm praising you? Suddenly, the original praise turned cold. You're not. You're not. No, of course not. Suddenly, the system's tone changed. Lin Ray was stunned and then he was stunned. He didn't understand what the system meant. He was clearly fine just now, but now he seemed to have changed into a different person. Although you've broken through to the mid-divine Lord realm in a very short period of time, you must remember that you are not qualified to be proud of yourself, nor are you qualified to enjoy the feeling of accomplishment from breaking through to the mid-divine Lord realm. At this moment, before Lin Ray could refute, the system immediately reprimanded him. You simply don't have enough time right now. Furthermore, you are not allowed to enjoy the feeling of accomplishment from being praised by others. That's because you're still not strong enough. You're still not strong enough to make others fear you, revere you, and call you a god in their hearts. There's no other reason other than the fact that you're too weak. That's why everyone looks down on you. The system stopped speaking. As for Lin Ray, who was listening to the system's reprimand, he sank into a deathly silence. He didn't shut his mouth. He didn't refute the system's reprimand. Instead, he began to ponder. The reason had nothing to do with him. Lin Ray knew that the system was right. He was still too weak. If it wasn't for the Yin flame, he would have needed 200 to 300 years to break through to the mid-divine Lord realm. An ordinary cultivator would need at least a few hundred years to break through to the ultimate Divine Lord realm. For someone like Lin Rei, who had more than 20 times the energy stored in his body, it would be even more difficult for him to break through. If the system and the little dragon were to help him, the time needed to break through would have been even longer. Therefore, at this moment, Lin Rei clearly knew that he didn't have much time left. It wasn't just because of the 200-year mission, but also because of the 1,000-year mission. Now, a few hundred years had passed. If he wanted to break through to the Saint realm, it wouldn't be done overnight. The space became silent. The quiet space caused Chen Dan to enter a state of contemplation. Time passed slowly in the silent space. Lin Rei didn't know how much time had passed. The originally silent system spoke again. This time, the system didn't reprimand him. Instead, its voice was gentle and full of concern. All right, now that you've broken through your cultivation and successfully merged with the illusory spirit blood fire, the illusory spirit blood fire has reached an unprecedented height because of the fusion of the two. Looking at Lin Rei, the system continued, now, with your combat power, I believe that a beginner saint won't be able to defeat you as long as they don't use their origin source and the power of law. A saint? Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment. Then, he sighed. Lin Rei was very eager to break through to the saint realm. After all, the 1,000-year mission was right in front of him. If he didn't break through as soon as possible, the consequences would be very serious. Lin Rei doubted that he could bear the consequences because if he didn't complete the mission, his life would come to an end a few hundred years later. This was something he didn't allow and didn't want to see. He didn't expect his life to come to an end because of this. If that was the case, Linley hoped that he had been killed by the enemy. At the very least, that would give him some dignity. Although you have such strength, you must remember not to be arrogant. Don't be careless because of this small breakthrough. The system reminded. I know, don't worry. Don't you know? When did I, Lin Rei, disappoint you and the little dragon because of my current strength? At this moment, Lin Rei's face showed a trace of pride. The system was speechless after hearing Lin Rei's words. It wasn't that the system didn't want to refute, but because what Lin Rei said was true. That's good. You should go out. It's been more than 2 years. I think the people outside are starting to worry about you. Moreover, you should hurry to the 3rd level of the ancient corpse trove. After all, I know. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei didn't wait for the system to finish speaking and interrupted. After all, you don't have much time now, so hurry up. I won't die from a small poison like you. System. Hearing the system's speechlessness, Lin Rei smiled for a moment, as if he had won a round because of what happened just now. Let's go. He ignored the system, and the system didn't say anything. Just like that, Lin Rei tactfully operated his cultivation and instantly used the dragon-subduing steps. The 6 azure dragons that should have been there merged into one at this moment. Lin Rei was stunned, but he didn't care too much. After all, this kind of cultivation technique didn't have much use for him. It could even be said that it was useless. Whoosh! Riding the azure dragon, Lin Rei's figure disappeared from the cave in an instant and rushed towards the entrance of the cave. His speed was so fast that it made people's hair stand on end. If the earth corpse saw Lin Rei's speed, it would probably open its mouth and have a face full of shock. Because its speed compared to Lin Rei's was like one was the sky and the other was the earth. Lin Rei was the sky and the earth corpse was the earth. The two of them couldn't be compared at all. A woo! At this moment, a dragon's roar came from the azure dragon under Lin Rei's feet. Regarding this, Lin Rei, who was riding the azure dragon, was stunned because the azure dragon didn't have a sound in the past, and there was no such explanation in the cultivation technique's introduction. Regarding this, Lin Rei smiled slightly and revealed a refreshing feeling in his heart. After all, he had operated the dragon-subduing steps to the extreme, and it could even be said that he had imperceptibly improved it. On the other side of the cave, in the opposite direction of Lin Rei, a young man was carefully moving forward. As long as there was a slight movement, he would operate his cultivation to be on guard. This young man was none other than Jia Yang, who entered the cave to look for Lin Rei. At this moment, Jia Yang, who was moving forward, suddenly felt a powerful energy. Immediately, Jia Yang stopped moving forward and operated his cultivation to be on guard. You're tuning in to the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.